At Verizon, trade in any old phone for iPhone 16 Pro on us, on any plan. And get iPad and Apple Watch Series 10, all three on us. That's up to $2,000 in value, only on Verizon.
We are a family-owned business that provides customized apparel, uniforms, fanwear, banners, marketing material, and accessories for sports teams, businesses, and events. Teamorders.net provides high-quality products, fastest turnaround times, great prices, and unmatched service to our customers large and small.
Visit Morris County's favorite car dealer, Open Road BMW of Roxbury. Between over 100 new BMWs and an affordable used inventory, you're sure to find your next ride. Shop online at bmwrocks.com.
We offer installation of siding, vinyl, and composite. We also do replacement windows, doors, roofs, decks, attic insulation, and e-shield.
Transform your home in 2025 at Suburban Furniture. We have so many beautiful ways to help you elevate your home. A wide array of inspiring looks, incredible styles, all at savings up to 50% off store-wide. And to make buying even easier, there's 36 months special financing. Your home, your inspiration. Discover the possibilities.
Your great tastes, our great furniture. Beautiful homes begin at Suburban Furniture and Mattress.
When the storm hits, don't let your roof quit. We are fast, we are strong, we get it done right.
Wow, I need that roofer.
That's Proven Roofing. They're the best. For roofs that last, just give us a ring. Proven Roofing. We do everything. Mike Rossi of Weichert Realty has extensive knowledge of the North Jersey real estate market and guides you through the different steps and directions along the way. Reach out to him for a free consultation at myrossiteam.com.
Hi, I'm Dan from George J. Keller & Sons. My family-owned company has provided superior service to local homeowners since 1980. And based on the strength of our commitment to you and your positive reviews and feedback, we are now a GAF 3-star President's Club winner. That's right, one of 30 winners out of 2,600 Master Elite dealers nationwide. Our seasoned pros provide the best service and quality products from beginning to end of your project. Give us a call today for your free estimate.
For years, it had been the same routine, working all night. Ah, those beautiful faces. I wanted more, for me, for them, for our futures. There was this day that something changed, a simple moment of dress-up. It opened my eyes.
Take charge of your future and go big at CCM.
The groups that brought down the house, the legends who changed the world of music, iconic moments of our lives captured for eternity by the great photographers of our time, all on display and for sale at Legends Gallery at Frames on Main in Chatham. Own the moments and keep alive your most treasured memories. And don't miss our huge gallery of sports art and memorabilia, or our expert framing of your most valued memories and keepsakes. Legends Gallery at Frames on Main in Chatham.
Have you or someone you love been seriously injured? The personal injury lawyers of Einhorn, Barbarito, Frost, Botwinick, Nunn, and Musmano can help you seek compensation to ease the road of recovery ahead. To learn more, visit us at einhornlawyers.com. Einhorn Barbarito, with you every step of the way.
Third down to give. Montella cuts back up the middle, and he's over 1,000 yards, and he's off to the races.
Up in the air, blocked down!
Dumping in wide open net. Too easy right there.
Molly Chapman, she'll take off from the wing. That one's good.
Webb trying to get the pin.
Here we go.
And it got it! That would win it for Warren Hill.
great senior night ceremony here at Limbey Valley High School.
A 63 save performance by Casey Connor, the Crimson.
Can he break his record? Penty Edwards wins it.
First game of your conference schedule.
So good, and we're all so pumped and just happy to
Lineups ahead tonight on more Sussex.
From Cody Arena in West Orange, New Jersey, we welcome you to coverage of the North semifinal round in the public bracket for boys ice hockey. It's the number 3 seed, the Randolph Rams, and the number 2 seeded Livingston Lancers. David Hassagen here with Zach Mullen. Thank you for joining us on our final hockey broadcast of the season here on Big State Sports. Outside, it is 34 degrees here in West Orange, brought to you by our friends at ICS, keeping you cool when it's hot and warm when it's cold. Go to ICSHVAC.com for all your comfort needs as we join you from inside the Mandelbaum Barrett broadcast booth. And since 1930, Mandelbaum Barrett PC has been a trusted legal partner for all of life's biggest plays. From business deals to personal matters, our experienced attorneys provide hands-on attention and innovative solutions. For nearly a century, we've built enduring relationships across diverse industries. Wherever you are, whatever your legal need, and whether it's personal or professional, Mandelbaum Barrett PC is on your team. Learn more at MBLawFirm.com. We'd also like to thank our local sponsors for today's game. Big thank you to Rosania Osteopraktic PT. Rosania Osteopraktic, the go-to destination for cutting-edge physical therapy and pain relief. Whether you're recovering from an injury, looking to improve performance, or just tired of dealing with the nagging aches and pains, Rosania Osteopraktic has the one-on-one expertise to get you back in the game stronger than ever. One-on-one private physical therapy every session. Visit them at rophysio.com or give them a call at 973-632-4816. We'd also like to thank the Randolph Rams Ice Hockey Boosters for getting this game on the air tonight. Well, Zach, 2 games remain between these two teams and the Prudential Center and a shot at the state championship. And this is a bracket that, unlike the co-op side in the North, has gone to chalk, the top 4 seeds advancing, and we are in for a classic here tonight.
Yeah, there were only 2 upsets, Mendham over Summit, so the 9 taking over the 8, and Morristown shocking the world, taking down Chatham in a 3-0 affair. But business as usual, Randolph shuts out Glen Rock 8-0, beats PCTI 3-1 in a pretty close game. I mean, PCTI was also in the top 20 with them, and then Livingston taking care of business, shutting out West Orange 10-0 and a 5-1 win over the Colonials. These two teams are exactly where they expected to be, but with very different strengths.
Yeah, well, let's start with the forwards for both of these teams, because Randolph has got that high-powered offense, Zach, that we've seen all year. For Livingston, not as much publicized their offense, but they still have some really good players in the form of Furman, Tarasuk, Cassesi, and Dylan Gibbs, who was a menace against Morristown in the last round.
Yeah, he really was. I mean, he's one of the best skaters that will be out here in this game, and that was kind of a coming-out party for him in terms of at least this season. I mean, again, Gibbs has had a really nice season and also a really nice career, but still only 34 points. That won't really crack, the top 3 over on the Randolph side. The player with the most points on their team for the career is Igor Tarasuk, and he's been a little, different than he was in his freshman and sophomore year. On the other side, David, 3 players with at least 100 points over on the side for the Randolph Rams, and 3 more with at least 63.
And then the other side of this coin is the goaltending matchup here. You've got youth and a lot of upside on Randolph's side. They've gone with Quincy Mitchell the first 2 rounds. We presume he will be the starter again tonight. On the opposite side, Brody Teitelbaum, not just playing in juniors, but having an incredible season of his own.
Yeah, Teitelbaum is 4th in his save percentage on the season, inside of the NGIL over there with a 930, and that's just because of all the other amazing goalies in there. And also his 150 goals allowed is first. He stopped 397 shots on the year. Took a big leap from last year to this year in terms of that save percentage, was at 889. His only 2 hiccups this year were really those 2 games against Westfield. Besides that, he might have a sub-1 goals allowed average. That's how good he's been.
I mean, both goalies, if it is, in fact, Quincy Mitchell, you have both goalies coming in with a sub-1.5 goals against average. It's going to be really interesting. And the biggest thing in this game, Zach, is going to be which system of forechecking and traps is most effective, because both of these teams very much are a defense first at their core.
Yeah, they are both defense first at their core, but it's gonna be more obvious on the Livingston side than on Randolph, because Randolph, who actually are a lot like the Westfield Blue Devils in that they can beat you in every single different way. They can drop back and play defensively for a whole game. They can switch between high-powered offense. They're not afraid to rotate their lines either, and boy, do they have a ton of depth of scoring, as you mentioned a few moments ago.
This is a Livingston team. We've seen them a couple times this year, Zach. They've been very impressive every time, but the way that they are built and the way they prioritize their play, they're not really made to come back in a game if that's the way it goes.
They're kind of like the Mendham Minutemen. I mean, to me, Mendham is always the baseline for defense-first teams. You know,
Right.
You can go, you're either a little bit better than Mendham or you're below Mendham. They're almost exactly the same. They have a few scores. They really rely on their defensive principles, even for their forwards to go back and get the job done. They're amazing at killing off penalties, but if they go down by a couple of goals, like we saw the Minutemen do in that game against Northern Highlands, it could be a little bit of trouble, especially, and even without Sharkey, when this team smells blood in the water, they'll attack you.
The winner of this game will face the matchup that's going on right now up at Sportorama. Ridgewood, the number 4 seed, and the number 1 seeded Northern Highlands, the defending state champions. As of this moment, it is 2-1 Ridgewood Maroons. They were up 2-0 in that game. Northern Highlands has gotten one back, but that would be the matchup for whoever wins this game. And no matter who the winners are in either game, Zach, it's going to be a titanic North final.
Yeah, it really will be. I mean, you got the Losaros on the side for Ridgewood. They have amazing goaltending as well. And the Northern Highlands, even though they're not as deep as the Highlands teams have passed, they're going to be right back next year. And Brent Beswick is looking to cap off what's been an amazing career. If he makes it to the Prudential Center, David, it'll be his chance for a third state championship out of him.
As the two teams break their respective huddles, we get ready for puck drop here at Cody Arena. We thank you for joining us as we send it down to ice side.
Help us honor America for the playing of the national anthem.
National anthem complete, the tension building inside Coney Arena. Let's go to the goaltending matchup. For the number 3 seeded Randolph Rams, it is the number 30 of Quincy Mitchell, a .907 save percentage, a .138 goals against, and 5 shutouts. Opposing him, the other number 30, Brody Teitelbaum, a .933 save percentage for him on the year, a .141 goals against, also with 5 shutouts, 10 combined shutouts between the netminders tonight. One a grizzled veteran of the high school game, one a freshman who has made a lot of waves in his first season of high school hockey.
Yeah, Quincy's been unbelievable, and it was a battle between he and Levesque all season long. And I'll tell you what, Zach Levesque really pulled his weight on his side as well. 173, .906 save percentage. He had 4 shutouts mixed in there as well. But again, when it came down to it, Mitchell was just a little bit better. He always played in some of those bigger games on the side for Randolph, and it's going to be up to him to be that defensive backbone, that last line against this tough Livingston squad.
This a rematch of last year's North quarterfinal. That night, it was all Randolph Rams, a 7-0 drubbing of the Lancers. Livingston, the higher seed tonight, is looking for revenge. They are in the black and green. Randolph in the white and navy blue as we're underway here at Cody Arena. Massive hit right off the get-go there from Mitchell Friedman as he stepped up and knocked over Michael Najar, who gets the start.
I'm loving Najar getting the start out here. You know, we knew what he was able to do over on the side for Morris Catholic St. Elizabeth in the past couple of years, and we didn't see him a lot out this season. He may have still been hampered by the injury, and now coming back in full force. He's a fast skater and a nice addition.
An immediate response hit as well from his defensive partner, that being Brian Sislow. As this gets picked up through the neutral zone, Najar absorbs another hit as this one moves ahead. The dangerous Shane Melly, the 22 in white and blue. Melly moving in. Oh, what a save! Title bomb right off the go. And that's the matchup we're going to see a lot of, as here's Melly again. Melly shooting, save, title bomb.
And I don't know any other goaltender really out here that's going to make those saves except for title bomb. What a sequence that time against one of the hottest players on the ice right now in Shane Melly.
Najar right now playing at forward, Zach, so a bit of a change for him. He was on the wing for that shift, as here's Shane Melly moving at the circle.
Yeah, and it was Sisla and Petanovich over on the back. They're still out there.
Sisla with a shot. That one is blocked in front. And here come the Lancers as Igor Tarasuk, the number 6 in black, moving through. He's a talented skater, tremendous shooter as well. Her first shot hits the side of the net.
That's
going to the corner.
Nice one over for Mitchell that time. Warms him up, gets him into the game.
Here comes Furman, back on defense today by the looks of things. He's been switching, depending on the opponent, between forward and defense. He looks like he's back on the blue line for this assignment. This is pushed ahead. Andrew Parisi moving ahead. A teammate of the netminder for Livingston, Brody Teitelbaum. Both play for the Rockets at the USPHL level. And Andrew Parisi, a player, Zach, that we have really seen roar into life in the last couple of weeks as he charges in behind the goal here.
Yeah, Parisi, I believe he's got 13 points out there on the season, and, you know, he's just been getting better and better. We even see him out on Coach McLaughlin's power play unit as well, so that really shows you how much confidence they have in him, and guess what? He's back next year.
He's out there with Campbell and Stock, at least to start this game, as this drafts back to Jack Murphy with a shot. Rebound comes out. Oh, what a save! Teitelbaum again! 3 incredible saves from the 30 in for Livingston. Another shot from the circle. Another save, Teitelbaum.
And that was Findling down low, too. You don't often see him down there, but a good chance generated.
Here comes Randolph with a 3-on-1. The pass to the center. They've got the trailer. Shooting. Save, Teitelbaum again. Denies Findling.
Oh, my goodness. Just a siege of Livingston territory right now for the Randolph Rams. Trying to run that shock and awe campaign. Let's see if they can keep it up here in the first.
Gibbs tried to deliver a hit, missed on one, as this is backhanded into the zone. Great early start here for Randolph, but equally as good has been Brody Teitelbaum. He's made some incredible saves so far.
Yeah, and now this is the third different line that Randolph's sending out. Yeah, Drew George and Chris Foley out here.
Another chance for Findling. He's still up there in the attack right now, Zach, as he tried to get it back in front, and it's turned over. Here comes the 22 of Alex Tepper. Tepper moves in. He's got Lilia to his side. Saved by Mitchell. The rebound popped out in front. Cleared away. Bit of a nervy save there for the freshman as this goes into the corner.
Yeah, timing just a little off, but good for him to have a couple under his belt.
This one cleared up out of the zone as now Livingston will look to press. As sending it in again is Friedman on a bounce. Goes wide. First one to it, the 23 of Drew George. Takes a big hit, and George a little slow back to his skates as he took a big shot there. Livingston is perfectly fine playing the physical style, Zach, as this goes to the corner again.
Yeah, and Randolph got a little banged up in their 2 prior games. You know, Drew George got shaken a little bit. You know, the Mellies got hit a few times. So, again, there's only so many hits that they might be able to absorb this game.
Here comes Shane Melly driving through 1v4, knocked off the puck well by Friedman. Shane Melly has been a phenom this year. 32 goals, 24 assists. He's been brilliant as this goes to the far side. Now a chance of 2-on-1. Tarasuk takes a shot. Save Mitchell. The rebound comes out in front, and it's in! Alex Tepper follows it up and puts it in. 1-0 Livingston.
And that's a little bit of trouble there for Randolph. That's the inexperienced goaltender right now. Mitchell's been excellent all season long, but Livingston continues to drive in on him, something that Randolph's done a nice job of preventing. And it starts over here on the break. Livingston's not going to be able, really, David, to set up in the zone. But there we go. You look at Tepper. He finishes over on this follow-through and just gets it around Mitchell. He's going to have to clean up those rebounds.
That is something that Livingston has not done in their previous 2 outings against Randolph. They've been shut out both times by a total of 12-0. They have the lead here in the playoffs as this goes to the corner for Sislow. He takes a massive hit. Penalty coming up against Livingston. Sislow slow to his skates.
Yeah, it's the second explosive hit that we've seen on a Randolph player. And, you know, if you're Livingston and you want to continue your momentum, this is the last thing that you can do here and end up in the penalty box for the first time today.
Nikita Gorshkov will go to the box, and there's a discussion amongst the officials. Let's see what we have here. It's a elbowing call, 2 minutes. Thought he put up the 5 for the number of minutes. Instead, it was just the number. And it'll be a big chance now for Randolph on the Open Road Mazda of Morristown power play. First-time car buyers, listen up. Open Road Mazda of Morristown has your back. Discover affordable, dependable vehicles for less than $15,000, backed by a rock-solid 5-day money-back guarantee. Drive with confidence. Drive with Open Road Mazda of Morristown. Don't forget to check out that link in the description below for more details.
And how about that for Tepper, too? Just his 5th of the season.
Face-off for the Rams, one back, but a little too strong for Drew George. This is where Livingston has been the big problem against Morristown. As Tarasuk gets the only assist on it. And this is the problem man right here, the 16. That is Dylan Gibbs. He had 2 shorthanded goals against the Colonials in the previous round, nearly had 2 others. So this is where Livingston is really, really good, Zach. It's on the penalty kill. They're very aggressive.
Yeah, they are, and they can really pinch on you. The issue is you're going up against Randolph right now, and, I mean, look at the bodies that they have out there on the ice. I mean, you've got Drew George, you've got Chris Afuli, you have Zangara, you've got Melly. Not going to be easy.
Here is Shane Melly. Charges to the backside. Good job just getting in the way there with the 8 of Jaden Rogers. Back to the point. Drew George. Up top to Chris Afuli. Long shot through traffic just wide. It was mostly Ram chances until that goal for Livingston. They had the momentum, but Brody Tannenbaum stemming the tide as this one goes behind. Into the corner it goes. Livingston will get another clear out. Chris Afuli regroups. Over to Melly. Shane Melly. Drew George now on the near side. Lobs it in cross corner. First one to it is Jay Sangara. The all-time leading point scorer in Randolph history, sends it in front, but couldn't connect the pass, and now a chance 2-on-1 shorthanded. Ahead it goes to Matthew Zox. He'll be the only one now as peeling away was Gibbs. Good back-checking from Chris Afuli. Intercepted in the zone, but Livingston does just enough. Getting in there was Cassesi.
Not easy either to get that around away from Zangara. Once he sees the puck, he's usually able to break away with it quite well. Randolph forced to reset with 20 seconds.
Here come the Rams far side. Jay Sangara. Moves to the wing, takes a shot, saved Tannenbaum, and he holds on there, and he'll get an offensive zone face-off. Tannenbaum right now, Zach, has probably about 7 or 8 saves, and 6 of them have been on grade A quality chances. Tremendous saves from Tannenbaum.
Yeah, and he's somebody that's also used to being under duress as well, so no surprise that he's been cool under pressure in this contest. The thing is, you know, unless you're an Esposito, right, and you're facing 56, and you can face 56 shots, eventually one of them's going to go in. Randolph's going to continue doing this for all 45 minutes.
Tannenbaum was on the losing end of that game last year. He allowed 7, which is very uncharacteristic for him. John Kornicki got the shutout victory. As out of the box is Gorshkov. A chance from the side, just off the blocker from Thomas. Randolph still with it. Referee thought about a penalty there, but decided against it. This rattles along the dasher. Petanovich sends it into the corner. Gets past the point, and now here comes Livingston with a 3-on-1 developing. Here comes Tepper again, across towards Zox, a little bit too far in front.
Yeah, and if you're going to have an odd man rush against Randolph, you have to complete it very quickly. They fill in those gaps in a hurry.
Well, here goes an odd man rush for Randolph, coming the other way. A shot save made again by Tannenbaum. Campbell denied. Back behind the net it goes, Parisi chasing. Friedman, the first one to it, absorbs a massive hit there from Parisi and kept in by Petanovich. To the near side corner it goes. 8 minutes left in the first period. 1-0 Livingston on the goal from Alex Tepper, his 5th of the season. Chris Afuli trying to poke it along. Eventually goes to the neutral zone as that's knocked ahead by Tepper. Would have been a hand pass if it hadn't been touched by a Randolph player. No offside or icing here as it goes into the corner.
The Rams starting to look a little disjointed right now. Hold on.
Here's Chris Afuli. Oh, that's the way to get it back into joint.
That's it.
Vinny Chris Afuli, his 19th of the season. Randolph knots it at 1.
And still, they were a little disjointed, but Chris Afuli, right place, right time in this situation. A beautiful job picking up this puck. Here comes Chris Afuli. He's over on the far side boards. Livingston a little careless with things right here. Not a lot of pressure coming in on him. And then boom, here comes Vinny. Fires one through. We're all tied at 1.
They made a few of those mistakes, Livingston, against Morristown, but Colonials just didn't have the players this year to kind of take advantage of those opportunities. Randolph does, and so I'm sure that's going to be something that Coach Conklin will want cleaned up immediately as this is moved ahead to Shane Melly. Randolph continuing to have the majority of the chances, but still tied. Here's Zangara stepping up. Glove save by Tannenbaum as he goes tumbling to the ice on top of Zangara. Couldn't quite stop in time. Hopefully both of them are okay.
Oh, it looked more like Zangara was thrown into Teitelbaum there because for a couple reasons. One, the momentum was awkward, and two, Zangara's not the kind of player that's going to try to start something.
Absolutely not. Zangara has added physicality to his game this year. Not that kind of physicality. No. As the face-off will go to Teitelbaum's left. Zangara this year with 22 and 29 at 194 career points. Has 100 career assists, 94 goals. As this is tied up at the circle, cleared away by Furman. Unassisted goal for Chris Safuli, his 19th of the year. As this goes all the way down, it will be an icing call with 7:15 remaining here in the first.
And now 95 career points for Chris Safuli. So again, if this Randolph team finds themselves at the Prudential Center, we can see a century mark for him and potentially a double century mark for Zangara.
A few updates for you. Start of the third period, still 2-1 Ridgewood. Monroe leads Toms River in the south, 5-2 in the third.
Wow.
So Monroe could complete another shock and send another top seed home. We've seen that pretty much in every bracket except this one, as this is skated ahead. Moving ahead with this is Ben Diamond, the 17. A shot in, saved by Mitchell. Rebound comes out, a secondary effort, also saved. Here is Melly, banks it off the glass. It will trickle toward the goal line. Will it get there for icing? Yes, it will. At 6:57. We also have a final from earlier in the day. The Westfield Blue Devils are on a revenge tour, and maybe they might just have enough to get to the Prudential Center this time. An 8-0 win over Hillsborough in the game earlier today.
Which is unbelievable considering, Nate Beanstalk and Walknachter play for that team. I'm more surprised that they shut them out than they scored 8 goals in that one. But again, the Blue Devils have always been the bridesmaid, never the bride, and they're trying their very, very best to find themselves in Newark a week from today.
5 years straight, Westfield has lost at the final hurdle before Prudential Center. What a talent group they have. Livingston can attest to that. They lost to them in the McGinnis Cup final just a couple of weeks ago. Here come the Lancers skating through. This is the captain, Dylan Gibbs. Gibbs shoulders off Najar, goes to the corner with it. Gibbs eventually forced off by Petanovich. Melly trying to move through. We have not seen Keegan Melly out there. Oh, what a save by Mitchell off the turnover as he denies Zox.
That's a save that you don't often see from a freshman. Quincy Mitchell able to rise to the occasion in this one. He's faced almost nothing but the best of the competition that Northern New Jersey has to offer, and he's showing it right now.
Including one of the teams that we saw earlier today, KJS United, the 8th seed, is going to the semifinals in the state. They defeated West Essex Caldwell 5-1. Brayton Cisco with 4 goals in that game. As that one goes home from long range. Igor Tarasuk, 2-1 Livingston.
Oh my goodness, from Tarasuk here. This is how you're going to beat Mitchell, right? Randolph does not let you get close. Little drop pass over to Tarasuk just in time of the blue line, and I don't think Mitchell saw that until the very end. A brilliant score here. Livingston already with a pair up on Randolph. Not something I saw coming.
It's 9th of the season. When you looked at this game on paper, you thought if it was going to turn into a track meet, that might favor Randolph, but Livingston getting that first goal and now having the lead for the second time certainly helps the way that they are built. As that's a great goal from Igor Tarasuk, a player that you cannot give any space to. Coming through here is Cassesi. Cassesi leading a 3-on-2. Drop pass to Zox. Takes a shot through traffic, save Mitchell. Rebound goes around behind.
Tarasuk's 40th career goal out there on the ice. He's one shy from 90 in terms of points.
Picked up behind the goal. Really. Cassesi gets the assist on that goal to give Livingston back the lead for the second time. Plenty of time, though, for Randolph. 5:32 remaining in the first. This is another shot just over the top and into the netting. Going to the far side. Good hit delivered there by the 7 of Furman. Launched in from long range by Friedman. Gloved and dropped by Mitchell, and now Randolph will regroup.
Well, why not keep trying it, right? You're not going to get pucks too deep against the Rams. Might as well try to test the young netminder from distance.
Comes out in front. Oh, what a crazy bounce the Teitelbaum had to deal with. Randolph player goes down. That's Chris Afuli, no call. That puck just took a weird sideways hop and nearly went in past Teitelbaum. To the corner it goes. Thomas in front, off the side of the net. A couple of Randolph fans thought it was in. Livingston regroups behind their own goal with the 8 of Jaden Rogers.
I will say with the momentum, the net did flutter, so I'm not surprised that we heard a couple of oohs and ahs over on this Randolph side.
Rams back in again, a blocker save from Teitelbaum. The rebound all the way back to the blue line, picked up by Daniel Furman. Furman, who scored a couple times in that McKinnis Cup final. As this goes back, delayed offside is why the arm is in the air. And Randolph will go the other way. Through center. Physical battle there between a couple of players. Sending it ahead was Tepper, who got the scoring started. Here is Potanovic. Ahead it goes, looking there for Finling, who is playing as a forward today. And again, a little bit of a shift with some of the players injured for Randolph. Here's one that isn't, though. It's Shane Melly. Spins at the circle. Melly just goes round behind. Battling for it there is Chowdhury. And eventually out to the neutral zone. Ryan Lilia to the near side. Stops at the circle. Waits back at the point. Has open ice across to the far side. A shot through traffic just goes wide.
And that's the game plan here for Livingston right now. Just put bodies in front of Mitchell and try to take the shot from beyond the circles.
Here comes a 2-on-2 the other way. In was Finling. Shot, easy save, Titlebaum. Going after it, Zangara. Doesn't win it, though, and it comes the other way through David Weinrib. The 20 in black sends one in. Blocker to side by Mitchell. And that is certainly the scouting report, Zach. Shoot from range. Another one goes through and goes in off a redirection. David Weinrib in front. His second in as many games. It's 3-1 Livingston.
Yep, and they have a game plan, David. They're executing it to a T. All you got to do right now is get these bodies in front of Mitchell. And again, he's an excellent goaltender, but he is inexperienced in the high school game. This man is all alone right there in front of the crease. That cannot happen if you're the Rams. That's uncharacteristic of their defense, and they're paying for it right now, trailing 3-1.
Well, don't forget, they've got a couple of defensemen playing up at forward, and that closing up, that forecheck, once you get inside the blue line, that's something a lot of these Randolph players do a lot of the time, but when you have defensemen there who don't quite necessarily know that role, that might be a difference right now as Livingston is up 3-1 here. Still a ton of time for Randolph, and we've seen this team the last couple of years, Zach. They can score in bunches, but right now they need to find a defensive strategy to get past Livingston, and that's really weird to say, especially with Randolph's MO.
Yeah, I'm a little confused why there's so many players playing out of their natural position. I mean, but, you know, when it comes to Rich McLaughlin, there's always a reason for everything. I'm curious to see how they adjust heading into the second and third periods, because this is a team that can certainly plot their own course towards the end of games. They make amazing adjustments. I'm not scared of them down 3-1.
Puck just trickled over the blue line. It was offside, so this will go all the way down. And these Rams are a little bit banged up from the last couple of rounds and the end of the season. They've been banged up pretty much all year. They've gone the whole year without Logan O'Malley and Daniel Sharkey. But right now, it does not matter who's on the ice. It just matters what jersey you're wearing. There'll be a face-off to the left-hand side of Titlebaum.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, with O'Malley, he's one of your top defensemen. And Daniel Sharkey had 44 points last year. He was projected to get even more this time around.
This one is one back. Getting it through is Cassesi. This goes to Parisi. Moves it ahead. Campbell with a shot into the netting. Tarasuk with his third point of the evening. A goal and 2 assists for the number 6 for Livingston. And he's just been an incredible player all year, Zach. A tremendous two-way defenseman.
Yeah, that's his 50th career point over there, or rather 50th career assist for Tarasuk. So congratulations to him, and a nice round 90 for his career in total points.
Tie up in the circle. Pops out to the side for Parisi. Couldn't get a shot away and cleared off the glass to center. Back for it is Jack Murphy. Under pressure from Gibbs, who ties up 2 Rams. Loses his stick, but keeps going. Zox tries to get it in the low slot. Randolph looking a little bit disjointed and disorganized as they come the Lancers again. A pass down low, Cassesi looking for Zox. Couldn't quite connect the pass.
And again, even with that Crisafulli goal, they hadn't ironed everything out. Crisafulli with a nice opportunistic moment there, but Randolph's got to find a way to get organized here. They are not playing Rams hockey right now.
Livingston, Randolph had control for the first 5 minutes. They had the majority of the chances. They went down a goal, but then scored. But Livingston has changed something up here, and it's up to the Rams to try to figure out the equation. If there's anyone who can, though, it's Rich McLaughlin with all the hockey he's seen. But David Conklin on the opposite bench is a tremendous tactician for Livingston. It'll be a really good chess match to see how this goes in the last 151, and especially at the start of the second period. As behind the net it goes. Looking for a tough attempt there. It's a sneaky one there was Foreman. Instead it goes to the far circle. It escapes the stick and then out to center. Livingston, though, sends it right back in. Rams go near side. Gets caught up in the linesman skates. Big hit delivered there. Looking for a penalty with the Livingston faithful. That was Finling following through as this goes back out to center far side.
Well, Diamonds always perform well under pressure, right, David?
Yeah.
He's the one that they sent down, so maybe that ends up being a good thing for the Lancers.
This one moved along the far side boards, pinned there. Well done from Furman. As there's a turnaround shot, just misses high and wide. Back toward the circle, big block in front there by the 6 of Findling, but couldn't get it out of the zone. Just about a minute to go here in the first.
Just so odd that we're seeing Randolph on the back foot. I mean, we rarely see that at any point.
Teitelbaum comes out of his crease and covers up as charging in there was Ryan Thomas. Thomas was one of the Rams to score the last time these two teams met in that North quarterfinal. Shane Milley had 5 points that night, 2 goals and 3 assists, with Zangara adding 3, as did Thomas.
And really just a lot of quiet from all the top players right now on this Randolph Rams squad. Now, again, do I expect that to continue for the next 31 minutes? Absolutely not, but they are going to have to find a spark sooner rather than later, because this is what Livingston is built for, right? A 2-goal lead for the Lancers is like a 4-goal lead against any other team.
And mainly because of the man in net, Teitelbaum with a stick save to the netting. And this is, like you said, this is where Livingston has kind of lived and died by the way that they're built, right? When they've taken the lead, they've really been impressive. They've locked team down a lot like Randolph used to do with their MO. But if they had fallen behind, that's where they've had the problems. Not behind right now. It looks like they're going to take a lead into the second period. As this is sent to the corner, another Ram knocked down in the circle. Onside, Livingston is furious. They thought that was off. As this goes around to the corner. It was close.
I mean, they're right there, but I thought I saw it clear the blue line.
As this one is moved along, the linesman was still in the face-off circle, so he couldn't get back to his position that time. The referee behind the play making the call. Drew George sends it to the corner. Zangara can't quite connect with it. Goes around to the far side. Tarasuk, big hit as Zangara gets knocked down. Cassesi fighting for it along with Gibbs. Gibbs takes a hit from Christofouli. Christofouli tries to dance his way through, but poked away by Cassesi. Drew George tries to go through. He gets knocked off the puck. And almost a power play unit out right now for Randolph. As here comes Zangara into the zone. Long shot save, Teitelbaum. He'll drop it, and the period will come to a close. What a wild first period. Livingston, the number 2 seed, trying to avenge last year's quarterfinal loss. They're 1 period away, but 2 periods remain for Randolph to make a comeback. 3-1 Lancers after 1. You're watching the NJSIA Ice Hockey Playoffs. You're on Big State Sports. Stay with us.
Your source for granite countertops in New Jersey. Visit us in Augusta and Sussex County for a wide variety of cabinets, granite and quartz countertops, and remnants for your home remodeling project. Check us out at newtopsnj.com.
David A. Santini, CPA, LLC, providing financial peace of mind. Let us take the stress out of taxes for you too. Peace, love, and taxes.
Had it with your old phone? Ready to be done with it? We've got you. At Verizon, trade in any phone, any condition for the new iPhone. Get iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us, on any plan. Now with Genmoji. And get iPad and Apple Watch Series 10, all 3 on us. That's up to $2,000 in value, only on Verizon.
Spear Air in Rockaway is one of the top companies in the state providing residential and commercial HVAC installation and replacement services, along with their whole home generator installation, replacement, and service. Go to Spear Air to schedule an appointment right now.
At Planet Networks, our high-speed fiber is designed to be fast. Up to 300 times faster than cable, and up to 500 times faster than DSL. As fast as 10,000 megabits per second up and down, if you speak nerd. We're talking cheetah, bullet train, lightning strike, hummingbird, race car kind of fast. Planet Networks. So fast, it's worth the wait.
Pizza Pub. Share a great meal with those you care about. Proudly serving the community for over 30 years.
Hi, my name is Andrew Shaka. I'm one of the owners here at New Jersey Siding and Windows. We are a family-owned residential remodeling firm. Everything we offer here is quality and comes with great warranties. If it's a residential home, there's no home too big for us to work on.
Paul Beers of KJM Financial takes the stress out of college planning. Sign up for one of these college planning workshops coming up soon.
If you live in Andover, Blairstown, Byram, Frankfurt, Franklin, Frieden, Frelinghuysen, Greene, Hampton, Hardwick, Hope, Knowlton, Lafayette, Newton, Sparta, Stillwater, Sussex, and Wantage. Planet Networks is building high-speed fiber in your neighborhood. Visit getplanetfiber.com today to learn more.
This game is brought to you by Aaron Mizzarelli of State Farm in Randolph. My licensed and experienced team members are here to serve you for all of your insurance and financial service needs in New Jersey and New York. We offer excellent customer service, and our office is conveniently located in Randolph, New Jersey. For a free auto, home, life, or business quote, visit us at aaronmizzarelli.com or call us at 973-389-9999.
Hey parents, Anchor Golf and Recreation is now registering full and half-day golf camps. Anchor Golf Day Camps are designed to teach children fundamentals of golf. To register your child for golf camp, go online and click the registration tab at anchorgolfcenter.com. Anchor now has 4 dedicated outdoor lighted pickleball courts. Call to reserve your court today. Check out Anchor's 18-hole miniature golf course with new features. It's fun for the whole family. Anchor Golf and Recreation offers so much more. Call or see us at anchorgolfcenter.com.
Don't just live in your home, love it with quality kitchens and bathrooms from Special Editions in Rockaway. Our talented design team will work with you from consultation through completion of your cabinetry to ensure your complete satisfaction. Special Editions is a family-owned and operated business since 1978. Call to make an appointment to meet our designers and visit our showroom with over 50 beautiful kitchen and bath displays. Let Special Editions transform your space from home to dream home.
Athletic Fields of America in Montville, New Jersey has become an industry leader in synthetic turf. Serving the greater New York, New Jersey, and Eastern PA regions, we have delivered hundreds of both synthetic turf and natural grass sports fields for youth and recreational levels all the way up to the highest standards and requirements of the NCAA. Our goal with every project is to provide our customers with exceptional workmanship, extraordinary service, and professional integrity while constructing a superior product that you can enjoy for years to come. Visit athleticfieldsofamerica.com.
When the storm hits, don't let your roof quit. We are fast, we are strong, we get it done right.
Wow, I need that roofer.
That's Proven Roofing. They're the best. For roofs that last, just give us a ring. Proven Roofing. We do everything.
We specialize in roofing and siding. That includes gutters, windows, doors, stone siding, decks, and painting. We also utilize new age technology like drones and 3D modeling. The drones keep our guys safe on the ground with an aerial perspective, and the 3D modeling gives us exact measurements for precise job scope. Give us a call today. We'll be happy to provide you with a complimentary drone inspection. We look forward to keeping your home and your family safe.
Pipeworks Services, providing quality plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical services, and insulation for 20-plus years. Our unwavering commitment to excellent service has earned us the trust of North and Central New Jersey communities. Call us today at 973-298-1961 to experience our dependable and caring expertise.
Einhorn Barbarito, Frost Botwinick, Nunn & Musmano is a full-service law firm, guiding you through divorce, estate planning, personal injury, criminal defense, and other life-changing events. To learn more, visit us at einhornlawyers.com. Einhorn Barbarito, with you every step of the way.
Spear Air in Rockaway is one of the top companies in the state providing residential and commercial HVAC installation and replacement services, along with their whole home generator installation, replacement, and service. Go to Spear Air to schedule an appointment right now.
Blue Nail was superior in almost every aspect. We worked with contractors for almost everything in the firehouse, and Blue Nail really made us feel comfortable all the way through, from the contract to pre-planning to scheduling, getting the job done. We are thrilled that they were able to do the job for us.
KJM Financial, helping families navigate the college application and financial aid process since 1988. Visit njcollegeguy.com to schedule your free consultation today.
My room is so cold, my fish froze.
Mine's so hot, my sneakers melted.
Rooms with different temperatures? That means your HVAC system is outdated and wasting energy. At ICS, we'll install an energy-efficient system that provides a constant flow of clean, fresh air at the perfect temperature in every room. You could save money each month, and the price we quote is the price you'll pay. Get a quote today. See why we say ICS for HVAC.
I see why.
Open Road Mazda of Morristown is your go-to for reliable and affordable vehicles. We offer a wide range of options to match your style and needs. First-time buyers, discover the joy of buying with confidence with our 5-day money-back guarantee. Your journey begins here at Open Road Mazda of Morristown.
Standard Tile is not just another tile store. We are an industry-leading retailer with stores across New Jersey. Part of the Roxbury community since 1963, Standard Tile is a proud supporter of high school sports and the Roxbury Gales.
Provide your team or athlete with quality trophies, medals, plaques, and awards with Performance Trophy and Medals of Randolph. Call us today at 973-989-8775.
At Woody's Automotive, your expectations are what we strive to exceed. After 30 years in business, we created a terrific new repair facility located on Sussex Turnpike in Mount Freedom. Our ASE certified experts can perform all types of repairs and services. It's like taking your car to the dealer without the dealership pricing. Woody's provides easy parking, easy drop-off, a comfortable waiting room, and a friendly staff.
Hi, I'm Woody. After 30 years in business, we've really stepped it up in our new facility. Come on by and see why.
George J. Keller & Sons want your house to be the kind of home for all to see. Best roofing, windows, siding too. Great decks and gutters, we're here for you. Our seasoned pros are unsurpassed, so give a call, we'll take your task. Transform your home, that's what we do. So give a call, we're here for you. For roofing, siding, windows and decks, we do it all for you. George J. Keller & Sons.
Your family-owned operation since 1980. Call for your free estimate.
Paul Beers of KJM Financial takes the stress out of college planning. Sign up for one of these college planning workshops coming up soon.
With over 46 years of experience in the surrounding Morris, Sussex, and Warren County area, 4J's Contracting and Roofing, LLC can help you with all your home improvement needs, including roofing, siding, windows, doors, and decks. We are experts in our field, and the owner is always on the job supervising. Call Joe Spear for an estimate at 973-713-1916 today.
The groups that brought down the house. The legends who changed the world of music. Iconic moments of our lives captured for eternity by the great photographers of our time. All on display and for sale at Legends Gallery at Frames on Main in Chatham. Own the moments and keep alive your most treasured memories. And don't miss our huge gallery of sports art and memorabilia, or our expert framing of your most valued memories and keepsakes. Legends Gallery at Frames on Main in Chatham.
Welcome back inside the Mandelbaum Barrett broadcast booth here at Cody Arena. 3-1 Livingston leading Randolph in the NJSIAA Public North playoffs. A big thank you again to our local sponsors for making this broadcast possible. A big thank you to Rosania Osteopractic PT, the go-to destination for cutting-edge physical therapy and pain relief. Whether you're recovering from an injury, looking to improve performance, or just tired of dealing with nagging aches and pains, Rosania Osteopractic has the one-on-one expertise to get you back in the game stronger than ever. One-on-one private physical therapy every session. Visit them at rophysio.com or give them a call at 973-632-4816. I might have to do that after the game, to be quite honest with you.
There you go.
Also, we'd like to thank the Randolph Rams hockey boosters for getting this game on the air tonight. Well, Zach, as if the playoffs haven't been shocking enough, we've just gotten a couple of finals in that have rocked the boat even more. Monroe has defeated Middletown North 5-4 to advance to the South Public Final. Marlboro Homedale has defeated what looked to be the unstoppable Toms River Tri-Op by a 2-0 win, a 42-save shutout for Marlboro. And then maybe the biggest result of the day, there were now only 3 number 1 seeds left in play. Northern Highlands has lost 3-1 to the Ridgewood Maroons. A hat trick for Lazaro means there will be a new champion in the public division in the state of New Jersey. And let the chaos reign, Mr. Smollett.
That last one, I think, and you know what, I'm going to just have to be that guy, is the one that I'm not as surprised about.
Yeah.
Because we saw Highlands, and yes, they won by a combined score of 10-1 in their 2 prior playoff games, but they looked a little more vulnerable than in years past. And when you get a team of destiny like Ridgewood, when, you know, this might be the younger Lazaro's only chance to play high school hockey.
Yeah.
Because the way he's playing, he's probably going to get picked up by a prep school or something, or maybe right into a developmental program. But they are on fire. It's another big North team, right? So there's a little familiarity brewing in there. But the other ones, I mean, I'm just stunned. Marlboro getting it done again, and they'll take on the winner of either Hopewell Valley or Governor Livingston New Providence. That game won't start until about an hour from now.
And there's no guarantee that one team will survive either, because we've seen how Governor Livingston New Providence have played defensively, and that's a team with winning pedigree. 2 teams with winning pedigree here on this ice surface. And Livingston, Zach, is playing about as good offensively as we've seen them all year long, up 3-1. Goals from Tepper, Weinrib, and Tarasuk, who's got 3 points. What a first period from Livingston.
Well, again, they're used to playing against Westfield, who is a really good comparison to the styles that we see out of the Randolph Rams. So they've taken what they've learned from that and whatever film that they've seen, and they're executing quite well. It is still Quincy Mitchell between the pipes here for Randolph.
Some more changes. Drew George is back on defense right now, and maybe a power play-like setup right now for Randolph as they try to get back into it. They are only goal coming from Vinny Crisafulli, and they are looking to play catch-up. But this is where Livingston loves to live, up by a couple into the second period. As that pass to Zangara is knocked aside. He goes tumbling, as well as Furman, as this is a long shot blockered aside by Mitchell, who is out there to start this second period, Zach. And it will be interesting to see if Livingston gets another one, how quick the trigger is from Rich McLaughlin.
Yeah, he did make 11 saves out of 14 shots, but on the other side, Teitelbaum just outplaying everybody. I mean, any expectation. He's 20 of 21 to start this game. This second period, David, is going to tell us a lot about what to expect for the rest of this contest, because Randolph kind of has to answer now in order to make a game out of this, and I don't think that they can necessarily afford to give up another goal, even with their offense as good as it is.
Well, it was that series of moments, right? That incredible series in the first 3 minutes from Teitelbaum, where he made at least 6 or 7 saves of grade A quality that kept Randolph off the board. If Randolph scores in that sequence, who knows what we're looking at in terms of this game, especially with the Rams getting the first goal. But Livingston has had the lead twice, including the current one, as this is dumped to the corner.
Yeah, that's a situation early in the game that really could dictate the result.
This goes down. It will be another icing. Randolph, though, a little more aggressive here. Like they started the first period, Zach. Not as much free-flowing, but a lot of zone pressure time right now from the Rams.
Yeah, they're trying to dig in here on the Lancers, get an early goal here, make it a 3-2 affair before we get down below that 10-minute mark. Let's see if this unit can do it here, anchored by Jacob Campbell.
Face off to the left side of Teitelbaum on the glove side. It's a win back, and a massive hit delivered by Isaac Stock. Cleanly done, as maybe the physicality is what needs to pick up. Feeling that one was Furman.
Yeah, this is a physical line out here, too. And then also for Jacob Campbell, he's somebody out here that we don't necessarily talk about as one of those big scorers, but he's got 63 career points. So year after year after year, very consistent out here and an aggressive center as well.
Randolph shooting in front of their student section in this period, who have gone up most of the way to the roof here at Cody Arena. Much smaller sections than at Menon, but the gray out in full effect, as charging onto this is Dylan Gibbs. Gibbs gets it behind the goal, tied up there by Drew George, who sends him to the ice. A chance out in front, lob toward the circle, and getting it out of there was Kemble. Sent right back in by Cassesi. To Drew George, couldn't quite swipe that away. And again, it's kind of a mishmash of a lineup right now for Randolph. A lot of players out of position, Zach, and you can tell it's affecting them a little bit as here comes Parisi, had his pass poked away.
Yeah, it might be because they're a bit banged up out here too, but you know, it always hurts when you have to do this or when you do this for any reason right here in the playoffs when your season's on the line.
Here's a chance in. Nice save by Mitchell as Cassesi took an extra swipe, and not liking that was Parisi. A couple of Rams taking exception to the little jab on the freshman, who's looked a lot calmer here in the second period.
Livingston's got to be really careful, David. You cannot poke the Ram out here, because when you do, you are going to get both of the horns out there. They can, again, we've seen this team, one drop of blood in the ocean, and they can find you and just continue to come after you relentlessly. So, again, if you're Livingston, you got to match their physicality to a point. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in big trouble. You don't want to wake them up.
I mean, Exhibit A is last year in the Menon Cup semifinals when Mars Knolls Hills had a 2-0 lead, and then Randolph scored 9 straight to win that game and go to the final, which they eventually did win. As holding behind here is Petanovich.
And then, as we all expected, the team that ended up winning their state championship was, of course, the team that lost that game 9-2.
Icing there. Again, there is no race to the dot. I think that was more to try to get to the puck before the line. But also, if any juniors teams are watching, they want to see that too. They want to see that hustle. As the faceoff will go back in front of Quincy Mitchell. Randolph has won the last 5 meetings between these two schools. There was a big gap between last year's matchup and the one beforehand, several years. But you're talking about two of the absolute blue blood programs who have just breathed this game in this state historically. As this is one back by the Rams and one by Petanovich. Moved along to the far side. Long shot from Tarasuk goes well wide. Gets out of the zone, sent right back in by Friedman.
Yeah, and based on the seasons that they've each had individually, I mean, both of them really, they deserve a trip to the Prudential Center, but especially on this next round, we always knew this game was going to be a big battle.
Here's Ryan Thomas' shot. Oh, look for the top corner blocker save made by Teitelbaum. Lob back out to center. Livingston playing a lot more tight checking here in the second period, as you would expect. That pass a little bit behind Chris Afuli and back out of the zone.
Well, again, right now they can just focus on playing mistake-free hockey. They don't have to be over-aggressive right now because, again, this is what this team is built for, right? The fact that they got 3 goals in the first period against Randolph could not have gone better for them. The only way they could have gone better is if Teitelbaum saved that one from that tough angle from Chris Afuli. Otherwise, this team loves to be up, especially by multiple goals. And, you know, I don't care what team you're playing against. They're able to hold on to it once they're able to get back in these situations and just stick to those defensive fundamentals.
Sox in to take the draw for the Lancers. And now will be tossed out of the circle. Having to go in is the 7 of Daniel Furman. Livingston coaches telling the players to look out for something that was coming off of that set play. Instead, they win the draw. Cassesi under pressure, turns it over to Shane Melly, but is able to skate it through center. Good poke check away by Drew George. Here comes Shane Melly again. Melly stepping through, shot saved by Teitelbaum again. That was an easy one for him. This gets cleared off the boards and out.
Shane's already got about 4 shots in this contest, and you know, if they keep letting him get some space in front of the net, you know, those shots are going to start turning into goals.
I mean, 2 players that have just taken such a massive leap, both Teitelbaum and Shane Melly this year in terms of their statistics, the way they've played. I mean, this was going to be the rematch, right? Was their top shooter against the best goaltender maybe left in the state tournament. And it's certainly right now the rounds have gone to Teitelbaum, but that can change in an instant. Randolph, though, is having a hard time keeping it in the zone right now. They're onside again as Najar gets to it.
Yeah, the one positive for them is that Livingston isn't quite punishing them for it. They're not taking it in transition. They might do it now, although it's kept in the zone.
Nice shot there from the point from Sislo. Goes to the corner. Najar delivers a good shoulder. Sends it around behind.
Is it me or did Najar grow like 6 inches from last year?
Yeah, just a bit.
Yeah, he's huge now. My goodness.
Melly in front. Couldn't find a teammate there, though, as this goes all the way through. Gets past Sislo as well. He'll have to backtrack. Pressured by Cassesi. Round to Drew George. George puts on the brakes and regroups. Drew George under pressure immediately at his own blue line. Now gets it into the zone. Drew George steps up, shoots, saves, Titlebaum. And again, the rebound, one and done again for Randolph, Zach. Livingston doing a great job with the clearances, and now they'll have a 3-on-2. Stepping into the zone, long shot, save Mitchell. The rebound comes out. Oh, it goes through! Somehow squeaked through Mitchell! Livingston's got a fourth! 4-1 Lancers!
And this is a series of unfortunate events here for Quincy Mitchell, and credit Livingston for following up right here. Nice job on the trail, but that rebound cannot be in that location, and they're able to beat him 5 holes. He can't drop down in time. That's Ryan Lilia, and just his 6th of the season.
And it will be a goalie change for Randolph, as the 29 of Zach Levesque leaves where he was in the penalty box. Or is he? No, now he's going over to the bench right now, but Mitchell.
And now they're pointing him in.
Yep. So a goalie change. One freshman for the other. A rough night for Quincy Mitchell. Zach Levesque steps into maybe the biggest moment of his hockey career. The other freshman for this Randolph team. Levesque this season with a .906 save percentage, 4 shutouts, a 1.73 goals against. So it's not like it's a downgrade, really, Zach. I mean, 2 tremendous freshmen in goal.
No, they are both excellent, and I don't want to take anything away from them.
Oh, what a massive hit at the blue line. Stepping in was Campbell, knocked over Tarasuk.
That's a big hit for Randolph if they want to come back in. And I don't want to take anything away from either of these freshman goaltenders, but they would agree too, right? The goals allowed average in the shutouts are a lot like Kranicki's last year. They were, big products of the defense as well. Now, they did make some of those big saves, but the reason that Mitchell is out of this game is just too many holes over on this defensive side for the Rams. They need to clean that up if they want to come back. This is not what we're used to seeing out of the Randolph defense.
And a few too many rebounds, which we're not used to seeing from Quincy Mitchell
No.
either. Just not his night tonight. Now the question is, can the Rams get out of the hole they find themselves in? They still have over half the game to play. Sent down low by Chris Foley. Trying to get a shot on was Findling. Back to the point it goes. Murphy tried to send it low. Chris Foley circles with it. In front, looking for the redirection to Findling. Comes out to the far side, just cleared away in time before a shot on Titlebaum. Pass ahead, looking for Gorshkov. A little too far, and this one will not be an icing. Took a deflection just in time.
In that last play, I think that's a situation where Randolph.
First shot in for Levesque is an easy save from Furman. Continues that.
Is where Randolph would normally score, but again, Bryson Findling is not a forward, so he's a defenseman that's being asked to, stand there over in front of the net. He's not used to those plays. He doesn't have the experience. Now, granted, he's an unbelievable defenseman and a really good hockey player, but you can only imagine how different that play might have come through if there was a true forward out there in the crease.
Long shot, just deflected wide as that was Furman with a rip. Goes around behind, and I'm sure if Livingston has any chance at all, they're going to try to send as many shots as possible on the new netminder. Again, another freshman not used to this pressure. Pass ahead, a little bit too far for Najar. First one to it is Furman.
Well, coming in late as a netminder, too, is really difficult. I mean, you're not expecting to play, especially on the Randolph side. Usually if you're starting a game for Randolph, you're finishing it in net. So, a lot to put on this first year's plate here in Levesque, but he stopped his first one.
Drop pass, Melly shooting, nice blocker save again, Titlebaum. Good feed from Zangara, but again didn't get through the big netminder in Titlebaum. Here comes Gorshkov. Gorshkov dances through, takes a shot, and he scores! Nikita Gorshkov from the slot. Livingston might be halfway home. It's 5-1.
Oh, my goodness. And again, David, this is not the Randolph defense we're used to seeing, and it's so strange seeing this from Livingston, too. They're not a team that's going to overwhelm you with goals, but they're doing it right now. They beat 1, they beat 2, and a little too much space off to the side. Randolph does not collapse effectively enough, and the Livingston Lancers up by 4, and we're not even halfway through this game.
Zach, this has the shades now of Randolph against Northern Highlands last year, where things just kind of collapsed after a tough start to the game against the eventual state champions. Livingston has just punished every single mistake that Randolph has made. And again, it's not a full-strength Randolph team. There are players out of position right now, but Livingston is doing everything right.
They really are in this game. I mean, we talked about a dream start in the first period. How about a dream continuation right here? I wasn't quite sure that Livingston were going to get necessarily any more goals because I figured that Randolph would tighten back up on defense, but Livingston is finding every single bit of daylight here and just slamming it through.
Ben Diamond gets the assist on Gorshkov's goal to make it a 5-1 game in favor of the number 2 seed, the Livingston Lancers, who had an incredible year, came up just short in the McInnes Cup final, losing to Westfield. Clock is running off for a couple of seconds there. And right now, if this result holds, it will be Livingston versus Ridgewood in the North Public final for a chance to go to the Prudential Center.
By the way, puck drop occurring over at the Ice Vault here for Lakeland Hawthorne Waldwick against West Milford Pequannock Pompton Lakes. Winner of that game will play KJS United right here on Thursday.
Another shot in, save made by Levesque. In for Quincy Mitchell, who allowed the first 4.
Or pardon me, I think that game's over at Menin.
As there's a face-off, one back to Petanovich.
Yep, that's at Menin on Thursday.
Kept in by Rogers. Goes behind the net. Can Randolph find some answers? This is a team that has scored a lot of goals the last 2 years, Zach, but they have to try to get something here. As that one hit a Lancer that was leaning over the boards.
I mean, they can, but they've got to really... Honestly, David, it really starts with picking their head up. I don't think they really have since that first period, or rather since, there was a goal right after Chrysopoulos. They're not playing with the same Randolph moxie that we're used to out of this team. Again, this is a team that scores around 6 goals a game. They did the same last year, but that offense just isn't quite gelling. It's only like they're using 5 of their 6 cylinders in their engine.
It's sent back in by Furman all the way into the zone, and this is, again, where Livingston thrives. They are perfectly fine from here on out, Zach. They don't need to score another goal at this point. Go red line and in if you want, unless you get a chance like this. Here's Rogers. Shot blocked aside. Goes around behind the goal. Rams trying to get it out of there, but again, kept in by Furman, who stick broke on the shot. He'll have to go to the bench for a new piece of timber. Sent right back in by Rogers, though, and allowing him to do so. Behind the goal, Petanovich. Chrysopoulos. Sent across, knocked down by Weinrib. Weinrib keeps it moving. Another shot, that one fanned on. Petanovich in the way, saved by Levesque as this one comes out to the circle. Big hit delivered there. A couple of players cleared out in front of the goal, both number 20s, in fact, as this banks into the zone. Icing waved off. Rogers with a stretch pass was looking there for Lilia. Popped in the air, eventually collected by Bernstein, who sends it into the zone.
No, David, I thought that one was coming towards us. Not nearly as many as we had here the other day.
No, and those were getting dangerously too close for my liking, as this one is picked up on the far side. A player goes down for Livingston, no penalty. Here the Rams with a chance, and they take advantage! Livingston is furious on the bench. Randolph with a breath of life. It's 5-2.
And I think that is their savior so far this season. That is Shane Melly. And Melly getting the job done again. This is what, a 6th or 7th shot of the game, and they take advantage of the man down over on the Livingston side. Throw one over across, and a nice goal there. This game's not over.
Livingston bench clearly thought there was a trip there. And I mean, you can understand the reason for it. There was that tie-up down below. But a big goal for Shane Melly, and you wonder, we've seen this before, Zach. Randolph can score in bunches. Can Livingston tie things down? Here comes the Rams again. Zangara into the middle. A bouncing puck. Still loose behind the goal.
Well, if they can keep doing that, though, right, just crashing freely on net, maybe Livingston took their foot off the gas a little too much.
Drew George back up at forward. Right now playing with Zangara and Melly. As a stuff attempt to the side of the net. Nets off the moorings. And a few extra jabs from Zangara leads to a little bit of a kerfuffle in front, shall we say. But we're seeing Drew George now moving back to his natural position, Zach. Petanovich paired up with Sislo.
Yeah, I like this here, especially Petanovich back over on the blue line paired with Sislo. Both of them are assist machines out there, as well as Drew George. Find a way to get it to Zangara. Find a way to get it to Melly. These are a pair of players out here, David, that have combined for 55 goals on the season, and they've got the 3 other players out there in support to help them out.
Off the tie-up at the circle. Pops out across the crease, trying to get there with Zangara. He will, tying up with Friedman. Back to the point. Long shot through traffic. Redirected. St. Main. The rebound is in! Shane Melly again! Hold on to your hats, folks. It's 5-3.
Yep, and that is a good grinded out goal right here. It's a rare mistake coming from Teitelbaum to give up this rebound, although it wasn't a tough circumstance. There he goes. It pops off of his glove, David. He gets that 99 out of 100 times, but you cannot do that. What did I say about that drop of blood in the water, David? Here it is right now. Coming in like a shark attack are the Randolph Rams. They trail only by 2. Although it's not reflected on the scoreboard.
What do we say about scoring in bunches as the Campbell line goes out there now to try to keep the momentum? Campbell out there with Parisi and Stock. The face-off, one back to Sislo, who dumps it in. Randolph has found its other gear and now are going in after it. Parisi knocked off the puck. Campbell keeps it moving, as does Parisi to the corner. Gibbs out there. That line, the energy line for Livingston, trying to quell this surge. Behind the goal, trying to get it out in front was Stock, poked away, and now here comes Dylan Gibbs, moving through with pace. Gibbs takes a shot through traffic, save Levesque off the stick. Cassesi, ridden off the puck. Across it goes to Isaac Stock. Stock will just dance it into the zone. Zox with a big hit on him. This goes behind. Campbell moves along behind the goal, pinned by Stock. This one is moved to the far side. Zangaro with the assist on Melly's first goal as this goes through center as Randolph and Livingston picking up the physicality. Penalty coming up against the Livingston Lancers as there's a player down. It's Patanovich.
Yeah, Patanovich is a little slow to get up here as the physicality starting to get a little out of control here over on the side for the Livingston Lancers. I get it. They thought that they took a couple of hits too, but a little too high over on Ryan Patanovich. And we have somebody heading on over into the box. On the Lancer side, it's Dylan Gibbs.
And looks like it's going to be a 2-2 at the very least. Is also going to the box is Isaac Stock, as they're still tending to Patanovich down there, who took a high hit, and Stock came to his teammate's defense. Now the question will be, will it be just an evening out of 2-2, or will we see something else here?
I mean, that would be really rough for Randolph, right? Especially with the nature that Patanovich is down.
We will take a break. When we come back, we'll sort out the penalties here on Big State Sports.
Hathaway Home Services Fox and Roach brings value and education to every step of the process. With a proven track record in relationship building and negotiation, Rebecca is committed to helping you make informed and successful real estate decisions. Call Rebecca today at 845-661-5922 and achieve your real estate goals together.
Pick Your Cards is located on Route 46 in Ledgewood. Our huge inventory can be shopped online at pickyourcards.com, where you can use the code BigStateSports for an extra discount.
KJM Financial, helping families navigate the college application and financial aid process since 1988. Visit njcollegeguy.com to schedule your free consultation today. David A. Santini, CPA, LLC, providing financial peace of mind. Let us take the stress out of taxes for you too. Peace, love, and taxes.
Back on his skates is Ryan Patanovich. He goes to the bench to get checked on, but the big story is what is on the board, Zach. It's a 5-minute major to Dylan Gibbs, just a 2-minute minor to Isaac Stock. So we're going to play 4-on-4 hockey for the next 2 minutes, and then it'll be a 3-minute major power play for the Randolph Rams in a critical time in this game where they've just scored 2 goals.
And I think this is a huge mistake over on Livingston's side. Again, we said that they can't get too physical. They can go pound for Randolph, but they cannot be seen as that physical aggressor in terms of the hits. And the player that they took out to in Ryan Patanovich is beloved over in this locker room.
Yeah.
He's one of those types of players that the Rams just love to have on their team. An electric blue liner can also help out a little bit in terms of the scoring with assists, and Randolph has certainly got a little bit more under their skin. They're going to have a power play after 2 minutes, and then they'll have it carry over into the third.
Well, the linesman's whistle broke, so he's running to the locker to get a new one. But you're right, Ryan Patanovich, nickname is Pony for those who are his teammates and his friends, and he's had an incredible year as well. Finally got his first two goals of his varsity career. He's got 13 points of the season. Looks like he's okay. They're checking in on him over on the side, but they haven't announced the penalties yet. But I can only assume, based on how Patanovich was on the ice And then the 5-minute major that it might be for head contact here to Gibbs. And then, again, coming across was Stock to protect his teammate, which got him an extra 2 minutes. But we'll wait for the full confirmation once play resumes. Either way, it's Randolph with a ton of momentum. 2 quick goals from Shane Melly, and now they're within touching distance again. If they can connect on a couple of goals here on this major, it's a brand new hockey game.
Well, and then also for Melly, by the way, every game. So when he scored 2 goals in a game, Randolph are 9-1 in those contests. The only loss they had was that weird one against Ridge, where they only lost 4-3. So
here's a win off the draw. Zangara scores! Right off the draw, Jason Gara! It's 5-4!
It was only a matter of time before Zangara got in the goal column here, and blink and you miss it right here. Watch it off this replay. Melly wins the faceoff. Shane, beautiful pass. It's just how they draw it up right here. And that is a gorgeous 4-on-4 goal for Zangara. Randolph only trailing by 1.
And one thing I've noticed, Zach, where have all the Randolph shots gone? Up high. They might have found the smallest of holes in the wall that is Brody Teitelbaum. That's now a huge goal. Zangara now with 3 points. He's got the assist on both Melly goals, as Melly got the other 2. So it's 5 minutes for a cross-check on the penalty to Gibbs, 2 minutes for roughing against Stock. As here comes Randolph again. Another shot blocked in front. Good step up there by Jaden Rogers. Lost his stick in the process, though, as it goes back to Drew George. Randolph almost playing this like a power play, even though it's 4-on-4. The rebound comes out to the side. Did he go in? No, and the net's off the moorings. Oh, what a chaotic sequence as Randolph nearly tied it.
Yeah, they tried to impose their will right there over on Teitelbaum. Why not try to stuff it in? Here we go with this effort. They just continue to try to jam it through. And then, honestly, fortunately for the Lancers, the net comes off its moorings. Otherwise, I think Randolph would still be taking a couple of chances there.
What a play by Tarasuk to get down and cross and keep that out. Face off to Teitelbaum's left-hand side, and the feelings of this rink, Zach, have completely flipped from where they were about 20 minutes ago. It was silent as the grave on this side, and jubilation on the Livingston side. It's completely reversed now, but here come the Lancers. A pass across, trying to spin with this, and a shot made by Gorshkov, saved by Levesque.
Nice
behind
shot.
the net it goes, still loose, and behind, a penalty coming up here. We believe, who's it going to be on? I think it's against, is it against the Rams?
I think it's against Melly for a hook.
Or is it? I think the Randolph fans think it's a penalty on.
Wait a minute.
On Livingston here.
They are guiding.
It is against Livingston.
Oh, no.
Gorshkov with a hook. Drew George a little shaken up from it. And now, well, chaos reigns. It'll be 4-on-3 for the next 49 seconds. And then it'll be a 5-on-3 with a major attached for the Rams on top of it.
And this is a major boon right now for Randolph, too. The extra space on the ice is a big help, and look who they're sending out here, too. You've got Zangara, Melly, Crisafulli, and then Sislo as the safety valve. This is going to be very difficult for the Livingston Lancers to stop here.
Randolph wins it back. Now they can play like a power play. Crisafulli down low. Melly, great block in front. Sliding across was Furman. Still alive, though. Zangara across. Kept moving. Crisafulli under pressure from Zox. Dumps it to the corner. Good hit there from Friedman, pinning it. Zangara gets it away, though. Behind the goal. Now to the point. Sent across by Sislo. Here comes Crisafulli stepping in. Save Teitelbaum.
Couldn't get enough lift on that one. Crisafulli, you know he was trying to go higher.
Zangara across. Sislo drops it back. Zangara down low. Oh, what a shot by Melly. Oh, and Teitelbaum. Highway robbery from Brody Teitelbaum to keep it 5-4.
Jeez, I mean, he curled up like a roly-poly at the end of this one. He kind of had to. Just whole body, his natural instinct. He's just got to protect his net here. And watch Zangara as well. Makes it look like it's going to be a shot here, but instead, it's a gorgeous pass over to Melly. And again, this is the type of save that only Teitelbaum's able to make.
He almost turned into an armadillo there. He kind of curled him as much into a ball as he could with the goalie equipment. 4 seconds until the release of Isaac Stock. And it's going to be a timeout here called by Coach McLaughlin, and I'm sure that's to set up whatever 5-on-3 play they want to set up here.
And we got another one. I mean, Randolph fans, you might want to hear this. So Teitelbaum, again, comes into this game with a .933 save percentage, and I had him at a 150 goals allowed. David, when he's allowed over 3 goals in a game, it's only happened twice. Livingston are 0 for 2, and it was both times he gave up 6 against Westfield.
And as if Randolph needed any more of a boost, Ryan Batanovich out there trying to test out the skating here.
It looks good to me.
And that just got a roar from the student section. Still stretching it out. Looks like he was a lower body injury off that cross check, so maybe just the way he fell off that hit might have been what sent him to the ice. And now they're going to relay the message over to Isaac Stock. We'll see if Stock goes right to the bench off of this or whether he joins the play as kind of a fifth skater dropping in. For now, it'll be 4-on-3 for 4 more seconds, and it'll be 1:11 of an open road Mazda of Morristown power play for the Rams.
I think Stock goes right back out. That's what the power play unit was the last time they had. It doesn't look like anybody's at the ready on the bench. I think they're going to go 5 forwards here.
This one is one to the corner by the Lancers, and they do keep it in the zone as Stock goes right to the net. Crisafulli with now a 5-on-3 for Randolph. One of those is a major. That shot deflected into the netting. Good block there from Livingston.
And if Stock was a professional, I would say this is where he makes his money, right? In front of the net. And not necessarily deflecting it, but making space in front. He's a senior. He's only got 23 points in his career, but all 23 of them have really mattered. And again, he's kind of like that other piece out there on the ice, moving around the defenders. He does such a good job playing his role.
Here's a chance down low, off the moorings again from Teitelbaum, who pushed it right off. Right now, somewhere, Eddie McCarthy is involuntarily screaming because the net came off the moorings without even a shot taking place. And the Randolph faithful want a penalty because they think that he did that on purpose. But again, the pegs are not the ones in the college level, but certainly Randolph fans have their opinion of what just happened there.
Yeah, I will say this, though. Those pegs were awfully loose, though, the way that it moved.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't know how much intent he necessarily had.
Big block from Tarasuk on George. Randolph has to regroup in the neutral zone. This is again, though, where Livingston is so dangerous, but they're without Gibbs on this penalty kill. Back down low, a chance. Melliho had to lose off his stick. The shot, they score! It works anyway! Vinny Crisafulli! Tie game! Still on the power play is Randolph.
Wow, Vinny Crisafulli swooping in and getting the job done for the Randolph Rams, who were trailing 5-1 earlier this period. And this whiff by Melli actually helps them out a little bit. Watch Melli over in the center. Mistimes it, but Crisafulli gets a little more time to work himself in, and they have found some answers over to Teitelbaum here. Another power play goal. And the Randolph Rams have made this a brand new hockey game. We're all tied up at 5 with 77 seconds left in the period.
They took the wrong power play off the board, so now they have to figure out the timing on that, on how much is left in the major. They'll have to put that one back up because it was the minor that would leave the box in that scenario. There's still time until Dylan Gibbs is released. And I will say this, Zach. When Dylan Gibbs leaves this penalty box, he will make an impact somewhere. Just by the player he is, the leader he is for this Livingston team, I'm sure it is killing him inside that he is in this situation right now that has led to this Randolph comeback. Expect something from Dylan Gibbs in the third period somewhere.
Yeah, he's that type of player out here over for the Lancers, especially it's his senior season. He had a breakout year this year, 17 goals, 17 assists coming into this contest after having 9 and 11 respectively over on the last year. So we'll see. Again, it might not be this period at the end of this period. Well, actually, it can't be, right? Because he can't come out until the next frame.
Right.
But he is going to do something.
What an incredible moment. And looks like they're going to, okay, the time is on the clock at 2:17 as they add the goal here. Well, they still haven't added the goal. It is 5-5. In right now, might be one of the greatest games of playoff hockey this state has ever seen. As here goes Randolph trying to complete the comeback as it goes to the corner. This one cleared up and out. Still a minute 54, so there'll be about a minute or so of power play time on the major left for Randolph with the 5-minute break in between. Here they come trying to make up the difference now. Melli drops it across. Beautiful pass in front. Zagara denied at the doorstep. Secondary effort off the post. Goes back out to the zone. Crisafulli. Melli and Zangara both with 4-point nights as this goes to the corner boards. Out there, though, the dangerous Cassesi. He's pressuring now Crisafulli as it goes to the far side. Another turnover. Here comes Cassesi moving in. It's a brand new hockey game at 5 high. A bouncing puck towards Zox. Save Levesque. Player down for Randolph as it's taken away by Zangara. And the Rams will kill off the final few seconds here by skating it through. What a period from both teams. 15 minutes to decide who goes to the North Final. The Rams from 5-1 down have tied it at 5 apiece. We'll take a break. When we come back, a must-watch third period here on Big State Sports. Stay with us.
Go ahead. Take a deep breath. Oh, nice, huh? That's some clean, fresh air at the perfect temperature. That is good. Who installed the system? ICS. They're the leaders in HVAC. They make the ductwork at their own factory, so we even save some money.
That's impressive. You recommend them?
It's ICS for HVAC.
I see why.
Hey, Lorraine, go get a big plastic bag. Take some air home with you.
Open Road Cadillac has new vehicles in stock, perfect for any family. Browse our used vehicle inventory, expertly inspected and ready for new drivers. Shop online now at MorristownCadillac.com.
Had it with your old phone? We've got you. At Verizon, trade in any old phone for iPhone 16 Pro on us, on any plan. And get iPad and Apple Watch Series 10, all 3 on us. That's up to $2,000 in value, only on Verizon.
We are a family-owned business that provides customized apparel, uniforms, fanwear, banners, marketing material, and accessories for sports teams, businesses, and events. TeamOrders.net provides high-quality products, fastest turnaround times, great prices, and unmatched service to our customers large and small.
Visit Morris County's favorite car dealer, Open Road BMW of Roxbury. Between over 100 new BMWs and an affordable used inventory, you're sure to find your next ride. Shop online at bmwrocks.com.
We offer installation of siding, vinyl, and composite. We also do replacement windows, doors, roofs, decks, attic insulation, and e-shield.
Transform your home in 2025 at Suburban Furniture. We have so many beautiful ways to help you elevate your home. A wide array of inspiring looks, incredible styles, all at savings up to 50% off store-wide. And to make buying even easier, there's 36 months special financing. Your home, your inspiration. Discover the possibilities.
Your great tastes, our great furniture. Beautiful homes begin at Suburban Furniture and Mattress.
When the storm hits, don't let your roof quit. We are fast, we are strong, we get it done right.
Wow, I need that roofer.
That's Proven Roofing. They're the best. For roofs that last, just give us a ring. Proven Roofing. We do everything.
Mike Rossi of Weikert Realty has extensive knowledge of the North Jersey real estate market and guides you through the different steps and directions along the way. Reach out to him for a free consultation at myrossiteam.com.
Hi, I'm Dan from George J. Keller & Sons. My family-owned company has provided superior service to local homeowners since 1980. And based on the strength of our commitment to you and your positive reviews and feedback, we are now a GAF 3-star President's Club winner. That's right, one of 30 winners out of 2,600 Master Elite dealers nationwide. Our seasoned pros provide the best service and quality products from beginning to end of your project. Give us a call today for your free estimate.
For years, it had been the same.
back here at Cody Arena, where we're all in a bit of shock from what we witnessed in that period. It was 3-1 at the start. Livingston scored the fourth, chasing Quincy Mitchell. Zach Levesque coming in. It then became 5-1. And Zach, for all the world, it looked like Livingston was about to run away and hide. But then a 5-minute major to Dylan Gibbs, plus a 5-on-3 for Randolph. They score 4 times in 4.5 minutes. And the Rams are now tied at 5 apiece with the Lancers. 15 minutes, maybe, to decide this one.
Well, and what did we say, too? Livingston did the 2 things that they couldn't do, and we even said it before it happened, right?
Yep.
They couldn't take their foot off the gas too much, and you cannot try to get into, not a brawl, but like a boxing match over with Randolph, where you match them hit for hit. All it does is wake them up, and that's exactly what's happened here. Again, 4 goals in 4 minutes. The usual suspects here for Randolph, and something tells me they're not done. They still have 60 seconds left on this major penalty.
We expected an incredible game when this started. I don't think anyone in their tarot cards read this. Randolph gets it into the zone. They'll hold it there. They still have 48 seconds until the release of Dylan Gibbs.
I had a magic 8-ball that kind of made a suggestion, but the tea leaves I read were completely out of line.
Well, the 8-ball told you to ask again later, and for good reason.
Yeah.
This pass down low. Zangara behind the net, looking for a feed in front. Goes to the circle instead. A shot just misses wide. And this will go all the way out to center. Back to it is Chris Afuli, and I'll tell you what, the manicness that was in this building throughout the second period is now a hush of concern, anticipation, and nerves here inside Cody Arena. The winner of this game will face the number 4 seed, the Ridgewood Maroons, in the North Final. Here's a shot. Glove save. Teitelbaum.
Nice job by Teitelbaum. Although, one thing that I think is a disadvantage for Livingston right now, David, there's just more Randolph fans here. They've been louder when things have happened. They've got more energy in this building, despite this being the Lancers' home rink out here. So again, this could be a big problem, especially in a game like this. Livingston's going to have to do something to take the crowd out of it.
Face off to the left of Teitelbaum. 8 seconds left until Gibbs is released, and Randolph has to be wary of when Gibbs leaves the box because, again, this has been boiling, I'm sure, for him in the last few minutes. He's out of the box, goes right to the bench. As this one goes to the corner, we're back to even strength. 5-5 here between Randolph and Livingston. As this gets sent out of play, look out right over there by the rail. And that's why, folks, you don't stand next to the glass. It's not just because of hits. It's because something like that can happen.
Yeah, it's, every time I have an opportunity, when I'm actually a fan at one of these games or even just reporting, which is incredibly rare because you and I usually have things that are wrapped around our faces with microphones on the end. I'm always tempted to stand by the glass, but then I remember everything I've seen in my lifetime.
Yeah, that one narrowly missed three young ladies who just narrowly escaped getting beamed with a puck as this is lobbed into center. Controlling the bouncing puck is Mitchell Friedman. He sends it across. We'll try to get to a scoring summary if we have a chance to catch our breath because, my goodness, it's been wild. This one banked along the side and a hand pass call. We'll get to it now. For Livingston, goals from 5 different goal scorers. Tepper, Weinrib, Tarasuk, as well as the 14 of Lilia and Nikita Gorshkov. It's a 3-point night for Tarasuk. And then on the other side for Randolph, 2 for Chris Afuli, 2 for Shane Melly, and 1 for Jay Sangara. Melly and Sangara with 4-point nights, which means Jay Sangara is 2 points away from 200. As here comes Drew George, who's been moved up to forward, and that's part of the other equation here too, Zach. When that major penalty happened, Drew George moved back to forward in that second period, and it's made a world of difference. As he sends the player down, here he is on the puck now. A chance for Drew George, redirected shot blockered away by Teitelbaum.
I like George taking that shot. He's more of a distributor, but he can certainly score as well.
Oh, and they score! The comeback complete! Shane Melly with a hat trick! Randolph 6, Livingston 5! Madness at Cody!
Shane Melly I mean, Zangara's taking his foot off a little bit in terms of the scoring, and Melly has taken it and ran. Look at this, and this is a Zangara type of goal, too. Just jams it in from the side. A beautiful feed by Drew George. Finds that open slot, and for the third time this season, Teitelbaum has allowed 6 goals. And you know what I mentioned earlier? They have not won a game in which that's happened.
We'll see if Zangara got the secondary assist for that. The primary will be to Drew George. But Zangara might be 1 point away from 200 at this stage. We'll wait for the confirmation. Randolph from 5-1 down now leads 6-5. And maybe it's something out of a story or a film right now for Randolph. That's how it must feel, but it's reality. And for Livingston, now it's a complete horror story that they have to change. Although here they are under pressure again. Chris Afuli moving through, undercut, but a penalty coming up. It's going to be against the Lancers. Still alive with it, though. Chris Afuli, save made, and eventually touched up there. Gibbs goes to the box.
And Gibbs again ending up in the penalty box. Always a tough one for the Livingston Lancers. He was in over on the major. And back on the power play are the Randolph Rams. And David, this is a chance for them to seize the momentum for good.
Livingston bench is livid. I think they thought that maybe his stick was held in that position. And the captain, Dylan Gibbs, trying to do everything in his power to try to get back into this game and make up for that 5-minute major that led to the comeback. Maybe doing a little too much there, but there's still time for him to make a difference in this game. Back to the power play go the Rams. One back by Chris Afuli, who will drop back toward the point. Here's Drew George stepping across. Now under pressure. Good work there from Zox, but can't get it out of the zone. Zangara does get a point. He's at 199. He's out here on the power play now. To the circle it goes. Down low. Drew George shooting. Great block in front. Getting in the way there was Tarasuk. Has easily been the best player for Livingston tonight. As this one goes across from Chris Afuli. Zox in on the forechecking pressure. Livingston now needs to chase this game, and that would have seemed unfathomable just 20 minutes ago in real time. Here comes Melly behind the goal. In front, Stock. Denied quickly by Teitelbaum. Now across Chris Afuli from the point. Quarterback of this power play to George. Randolph taking their time here. Long shot through traffic, kicked aside. Getting up there was Furman. That was a little bit of a nice side control there, soccer style from the number 7, and goes out of play.
Yeah, not too bad that time, but Randolph is continuing, again, to go after them relentlessly. This is not a team that takes their foot off the gas. When they have the lead, they want to keep piling it on top of you, and that steamroll type of mentality matches up well with the fact, David, that their defense has gotten better.
Oh, big save there as Findling took a shot in front, but this is a team that was in complete disarray, Zach, in the middle of that second period, and amazing how just 1 or 2 moments can completely change the atmosphere and the way a team approaches things. Redirected shot by Findling goes wide.
Well, they're like Austin Powers. They got their mojo back, baby.
Oh, they certainly have that in spades as this goes to the corner. Findling goes in after it. Back to the point it goes. Second unit out minus Chris Afuli, who stays out as the quarterback. Chris Afuli takes a shot. Big block in front by Gorshkov. Now down low it goes. Findling lets it go to Campbell. Campbell. Thomas. Chris Afuli. Shot blocked in front. Still there in the slot. Oh, what a save, Teitelbaum! How massive could that be late in this game?
I will say this for Bryson Findling. You know, if I'd never seen Randolph, you would have had me fooled that he is a full-time defenseman.
Shoot and they score! Jacob Campbell! Randolph with a power play goal, lead by 2, 7-5.
And they are just clicking on all cylinders right here. Jacob Campbell, again, somebody we talked about that often gets forgotten in terms of the scoring production. Look at this shot right here. This is a first liner on almost any other team. Look at the quality of that look as he's just able to lift it over on the glove side. 7 goals scored by the Randolph Rams, and now they find themselves up by 2.
The chant for the young man they named Soupy. As here comes George with a shot, blocked aside. Campbell with a big one, but now a penalty coming up. It's going to be against the Rams for that hit behind the goal. And there's still 9:58. Let's not forget how quickly Randolph turned this around, Zach. Livingston can do the exact same thing, especially with a power play coming. Drew George to the box.
They certainly can, although, again, there's a big gulf between what these teams are able to do offensively. Randolph, this is what you expect, right? They average about 6 goals a game. For Livingston, they average just under 4. So, again, they don't necessarily have that firepower, but, hey, anybody can be good on a power play, and they've been great this game.
This one is cleared out to the boards. Here's Zangara shorthanded. Moves it through the middle, goes over to Tarasuk. Tarasuk out there with Friedman, Zox, Gibbs, as well as the 7 of Furman. But here comes Randolph shorthanded with Melly, who's just ramming everybody out of the way right now as this goes back to center. Some keep away being played by Randolph.
Good one, David.
Well, you know, I had to get a Svolinism at least once in our last broadcast of the year as this goes behind the goal. Here is Dylan Gibbs. Gibbs trying to will this team back into this game. Shot, save, the best rebound came out in front, cleared away by Zangara, who gets knocked to the ice and can't get it clear. Tarasuk down low. No one there, though. It's a good tie-up. Kept Friedman away. Shot through traffic, blocked in front. Levesque didn't see it, and this goes out all the way to the other end.
This is Randolph hockey right here. Again, they completely cleaned up their defense, and that's helped galvanize the offense as well. Not a lot of chances coming for the Lancers, even with the man advantage.
We talked about it in the open. Both teams were going to have surges. The question is who was going to play better defensively in their own style. As that one goes in! Out of nothing! It somehow trickles by Levesque. Lancers score on the power play. It's 7-6.
Yeah, let's see exactly who this is as they take advantage again of just a little bit of open space here by Levesque. Nice little skate around, feed through the side, and then again, just look, that edge is not quite sealed up. So Livingston able to poke one through yet again, and it looks like that might have been Mitchell Friedman.
It was Friedman, but I wonder if he kicked that in. That's the plays McLaughlin is making, and he is furious. You very rarely see Rich McLaughlin get that upset, but the initial move by Friedman was to kick the puck along, and we're going to have a discussion here, Zach. This might not count. We'll have to wait and see.
Can we look at this one again, Craig? Let's see if we see a distinct kicking motion.
Well, the question is, he definitely kicked it. The question is, did he get the stick on it after that? Now watch as this comes across. There you see it kick it along. Now the question is, did he get his stick on it to poke it in after the kick? If he did that, it's completely fine. There was a reason there was a stunned silence on the Randolph side. It wasn't just that the goal went in. They thought it was kicked, and so did McLaughlin. Now we're going to see a big discussion here as this is a massive moment here in this game. If this counts, and it's going to stand.
Yeah, and I think that might be the right call because on the replay, again, we see the stick at least get near the puck there. So if they were watching it the whole way, even with bodies flying around, it did at least appear as if the stick touched it.
As it's going to be a goal for Mitchell Friedman, the Randolph faithful furious, but now Livingston has a power play goal of their own, and it's back to a 1-goal game with 8:48 to go.
6 different goal scorer for the Livingston Lancers. That's only Friedman's 4th of the season.
Again, all it takes is a little redirection with the stick there at the post, and that's legal. That's what the referee saw as Teitelbaum faces a shot from Zangara, and he holds.
That could have been 200, too.
If that had gone in only by the kick, even if it deflects, any Devils fan will remember the game against Toronto a couple of years ago when that winning streak was snapped. The kick in, even if it redirects off the stick, if it's not an intentional move with the stick, it's still the kicking motion. So the referees determined on that play that there was a clear either possession by Friedman with the stick or he knocked it in intentionally with the stick. If it was a redirection off the kick, it would not have counted, so that's what the referees had determined. And I think if this is an NHL situation, it's the call stands rather than confirmed. Tarasuk with his 4th point of the night. A goal and 3 assists. Here comes Jaden Rogers, a shot. Save Levesque.
And let's give Levesque a lot of credit, too.
Yeah.
He came in, again, cold, hasn't played in a while either because it's been Quincy Mitchell's net, and he's made big save after big save after big save. Huge flowers sent in his direction. And how about over on the side for Teitelbaum, too? He's been giving up a lot lately, but Randolph have been coming in like a wrecking ball and a bulldozer combined, and he's been able to stick around and make some good saves.
Penalty coming up against the Lancers. On the hit from behind, we'll see if that's just 2. Pick of the Rams, they might not need it. Zangara, Melly, looking, great sliding job there by Diamond. Petanovich shooting, blocked aside Diamond again, and Livingston will touch this up for the penalty. And let's see who goes to the box here. It should be just a 2-minute minor, I believe. It's going to be Nikita Gorshkov. Oh, it looks like it's a 5-minute major for a check from behind. Oh my goodness, it's a second major penalty of the game for Livingston. And what a change in this game. It went from 5-1 up to 7-5 down, and now 2 major penalties. And Randolph now can feel it. If they can get a couple here, Zach, it might be game over.
Again, keeping that physicality in check. When you get this deep in the playoffs, David, it's not just about the skill, because everybody's really good. It's can you keep your head on your shoulders? And right now, the Livingston Lancers, it just looks like they haven't been able to.
And Coach Conklin wants an explanation. And good on the referees. They were set to go. They could have easily just dropped the puck and done it later. But Conklin wants an explanation, and he is furious on the bench. He can't believe that's a 5-minute major. I mean, the check from what we saw is that it was certainly a pretty violent hit. But again, that line that is 2 minutes for check from behind to 5 is so razor thin on how each referee sees it in each individual play.
And now this is, even if the Rams don't score here, it's the fact that you've got to play down for 5 full minutes for Livingston. Again, on a team that's not really built to score a lot of goals. The fact that they have 6 in this game is huge for them. This is not a team that does that. And to ask them that much more, shorthanded most of the time, that's a big ask. Although the way they're playing out here today, you know, not too tall of a look here.
Good shot from Chris Foley, blocked in front by Tarasuk, and sent all the way down for Chris Foley to chase. The one thing that Livingston will have, though, and he's not out there at the moment, is their best penalty killer. That's Dylan Gibbs. He is the forechecker par excellence. He goes in and really causes havoc, because that's an unnecessary icing there for Randolph. But again, he scored twice shorthanded against the Colonials, and he should have had about 4. He was that good on that night. So when he hits the ice here shorthanded, do not be surprised to see him get the instruction, hey, be ultra aggressive, as they tried to get out Jaden Rogers, but the referee says too late, and that will only infuriate Coach Conklin even more.
I mean, it was a little late, wasn't it? I mean, they were almost ready to drop the puck that time.
They do have that 5-second window once the first team makes their changes, if you're the home team, to make the secondary change. As this is sent across and ahead, a little bit too far though for Isaac Stock. He'll go after it, sends it around, takes a big collision behind the goal, gets out of the tie-up, and sends it down behind. Stock on it again from George. Here's Angara. Stock takes another couple of hits. Referee's looking right at it, no call. The pass down low for George is blocked, and now here comes Livingston Jans shorthanded. Stretch pass across, getting a piece of that Shane Melly as he shoulders Furman off the puck. Here come the Rams again. Shane Melly, who has a hat trick. 5 points on the night for him. 3 goals, 2 assists, but another clearance from Livingston. Kilm looking much better for the Lancers here.
Yeah, they're really holding down Randolph and kind of like a good wrestler, right? They're trying to use that extra momentum against the Rams currently. They're letting Randolph skate all the way through, but making it so they overskate a little bit. They're kind of guiding them over into the corner and sealing off a lot of the passing options as all 5 skate ahead at once.
This one into the zone, but again, Livingston gets it clear. It takes a bank, and trying to get on this is Gibbs. Here goes Gibbs, taken down! Penalty against the Rams! It'll be against Chris Foley, but what do we have?
This could be a penalty shot. They have a hold.
Just a hold, no penalty shot on this.
I'm a little surprised on that one, too. There was certainly a case to be made for it.
I think it was too far away. I think the fact that it was at the blue line and not further in, I think that's the reason for it. But what did we say? There's Dylan Gibbs trying to make an impact, and he was nearly in again. 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. It'll be 1:13 of power play time then after for the Rams, in case nothing else happens, of course.
While we have a chance to breathe, it's scoreless right now between the 2 tri-ops. Over from the Big North, the 15-seeded Lakeland, and then over on West Milford-Pequannock, Pompton Lakes, and their 11 seed. They have nothing as well. They have the lead in shots on goal, though, 9-6.
Oh, what a chance in front there from Furman. He just rode over the top as this goes out to neutral. And by the way, while we're watching the Ice Vault, we're getting a watcher from the Ice Vault. Jason Schwartz is keeping an eye on our game as he keeps an eye on the game there. As that goes off the side, a nice save again from Levesque. This goes down behind the goal. Petanovich trying to get it out of there. Livingston now the aggressor here, 4-on-4, Zag, and they need to be. Gibbs out there trying to get it further, but cleared away. This one, again, it is 4-on-4 for the moment. Major penalty against Gorchkov. 4-on-4 for the next 1:15. As this one is sent back over to the corner. Sislow moved ahead. Now Melly. Melly skating in. Has Angara cut into the net. Forced off. Good defensive work there from Livingston. That was Rogers again. Keeping it moving is Furman. This is Daniel Furman. Scored twice against Westfield in that McInnes Cup final from this very position. Skates in to the far side. Tries to stuff it in, and he scores! Daniel Furman on the wraparound! We're tied at 7! What a goal for Livingston! What a game here at Cody!
And they beat him on the wraparound here. That seems to be the way that they're working these freshman netminders too. With that little burst of speed, you see a bit of an overcommitment out here by Levesque. Can't get back in time. His head wasn't facing the right direction. And a nice shot by Livingston to take advantage. 7 goals apiece between these two teams. And again, we're still not up at 4-on-4, so a lot of open ice to work with.
Livingston putting their foot back on the gas. They took it off late in that second period. Randolph made them pay for it with 6 unanswered goals, I should say. But now Livingston's got a pair back of their own, and we're back to a brand new hockey game. It might as well be 0-0. It's 7-7. This is unfathomable for a Jets game. There's 14 points have been scored.
Yeah.
As this goes across the circle. A shot blocked aside.
Well, 14 points for the Jets to score.
Furman unassisted, going end to end as this gets pinned behind the goal. 10 seconds left until the release of Crisafulli. Randolph will go back on the power play at that point. Poked further. Randolph just trying to get it out of the zone, and they do. And now we'll skate ahead. Crisafulli's out of the box. 3-on-2, moving in. A shot, save made, rebound. Crisafulli moving in. Scores! Crisafulli from out of the penalty box onto the score sheet. 8-7 Randolph. How ridiculous is this game?
Completely out of control as Crisafulli, again, coming in as that dragged third forward, and he takes his time. The fact that he was able to have the presence of mind to not take that first shot, keep the moves going around Teitelbaum, he's now made it an 8-7 affair. It is his second power play goal of the game, and he's in on the hat trick.
And they have to put the major penalty back up. They took it down again. It's still power play time for Randolph. 1:02 is what we have on our clock. This is maybe the most incredible game we have ever seen. This is up there with the non-public final from last year that ended 10-7 between Don Bosco and CBA.
Well, because we all saw this coming between Randolph and Livingston, right? Yeah, 8-7.
Two defensive-minded teams, you know. Yeah, it's going to be low scoring, might go to overtime. Well, we still might go to overtime, but it might be slightly higher than we expected as Gibbs sends it in. Crisafulli chases after it. 48 seconds to go on the major to the Lancers as this is picked up by Melly. Sent ahead. Here's Parisi. He's got Zangara with him. Parisi takes a shot instead. Save Teitelbaum. Poked out loose to Gibbs. Gibbs. Furman in again on the attack. Furman steps up. Great stick left by Drew George, who gets it away.
And on the other side, too, what a play by Tarasuk to keep it away from Zangara. He was licking his chops right there outside of the blue ice.
Drew George into the zone. Another 18 seconds. Drew George across to Zangara. Oh, what a save, Teitelbaum. What a great pass across. What a cut by Zangara, but an equally incredible save from Brody Teitelbaum.
And he's still sitting on 199 here, but Zangara, I mean, that is how he has made his money out here. It was in plays like that, crashing in close. If Zangara is 3 feet away from you, that's a big problem. David, I know you're calling for a timeout. I don't see one yet. I'm a little surprised. Maybe they'll wait until after the major is lapsed.
That timeout was for me. Never mind for Livingston.
Oh, well, yeah, for
Shot
you,
blocked in front. Secondary effort save Teitelbaum. That was Findling stepping in, and this one cleared all the way down. I believe Campbell, they said, got the assist there for Crisafulli. And now we're back to even strength for 2:52. Kept in by Rogers, but no, offside. Livingston forced outside, 8-7 Randolph. To remind you, this was 5-1 in the second period to Livingston. It was then 7-5 Randolph, then tied up at 7, and now here we are 8-7 on the goal from Crisafulli.
And Randolph is a scary team to pull your netminder against. I mean, you're going to have to do it with Teitelbaum, but this is a terrifying unit to go up against. Even when you're up 6-on-5, in terms of skaters.
The question is, when do you do it? Because here's the thing, Livingston has performed well offensively. You don't necessarily have to do it now with like 2:30 left to go, whereas some other games where you've seen goalies pulled with 3 minutes, sometimes even 4 minutes left in games, you don't have to do that, but when do you? As Zangara's offside.
I was going to say, I give him about 45 seconds. At the 90-second mark left in the period, as soon as they get possession over in the other zone, they have to get it done. That's when you pull title bomb.
And again, I believe it was Randolph who called their timeout earlier.
Yep.
So Livingston, we believe, still has their timeout to use. As coming off the ice, at least for a short shift, will be Gibbs. Face off on the near side across from the Livingston bench. Zox wins it ahead, intercepted by Campbell, sends it into the corner. First one to it, Rogers. 2:08 left to go. We'll keep an eye on title bomb, but right now Livingston has to get to the other end of the ice. Tarasuk gets through one, dangles a second, intercepted though, taken away, stepping up was Murphy. Murphy, a shot, glove save, title bomb. No rebound there, and a stoppage with 1:51. And if you're Randolph, Zach, that's exactly what you need to do. You need to find your spots to intercept in the neutral zone.
You absolutely do, and Murphy's the guy that can get the job done, and I'm so excited to see how he continues to develop out here. He's another one of just, year after year, great defenseman after great defenseman. I mean, you go from Feinberg to Petanovich, and now Jack Murphy, I think, might be the next in that line, as here we go with the timeout with 111 seconds left on the clock.
Between Murphy and Findling, I mean, the next defensemen are in the pipeline for Randolph, but don't forget, Logan O'Malley is just sitting right now. He's going to be back in the team next year as well. As a timeout called here. There's no whiteboards out right now, Zach. This is simply to circle the wagons by Coach Conklin, trying to get his team ready, get them refreshed here. As back onto the ice goes Gibbs. And for Rich McLaughlin, one of the greatest coaches in state history, over 500 wins, the Livingston native. His son played for this Lancers program. He went through it. In fact, Coach McLaughlin beat his son when he was at Livingston. There are so many ties and stories between these two teams, these two blue-blooded programs who go as deep into the hockey DNA of this state as maybe more than any other public programs in New Jersey. The face-off to the right of Teitelbaum. Chris Afuli and his line out there against the Furman line. Also out there is Zox. One back by Furman to Rogers. Sending it ahead, Rogers. Trying to stretch pass for Gibbs, intercepted, lobbed back in. Teitelbaum was at the top of his crease, but didn't go. But an icing call here, and that might get him to the bench.
They're pulling him.
And he will go now. 1:38, extra skater about to come on for Livingston. And talk about high pressure, not for this Randolph team, but for the freshman, Zach Levesque, who came in midway through the second period. He's allowed 3 goals in that time, but he's made some critical saves. How will he handle this level of pressure? Because it's about to go to 11. Face off to his blocker side. Tie up. Sent to the side. Gibbs goes in after it. Wins it behind the goal. Sent back to the point. Rogers to Gibbs. Moved down low. Furman tried a centering pass. Intercepted, but kept alive in the zone, but clipped just out of the way. Good job there by Drew George.
And you've got to be critically careful of Melly and Zangara right now. They can skate through entire defenses.
Here's Drew George trying to get through, but couldn't quite hold position. Zangara pinned against the boards, skates out with it, shoots for it. There it is! Jay Zangara! His 200th career point might have just sent Randolph to the North Final. It's 9-7 Rams.
Well, you and I aren't always the best predictors, David, but we had a feeling that Zangara was going to get that 200th point on a strange goal at the end of the game. And what did we just talk about? You got to watch out for him. Heaves it from distance from in the neutral zone. And Jay Zangara just put his team up by 2. A 9-7 lead for the Rams with 67 seconds left to protect it.
Still not done. If we've learned anything from this game, until the clock hits 3 zeros, it's not over. Jay Zangara, as the clock's still running down, and that's hurting Livingston right now. Zangara with 200 career points was the all-time leader a few weeks ago. Might be writing one more chapter in his history here at Randolph High School. Rams win the draw. Sent all the way around. Teitelbaum is out of the net. Zangara gets it out of the zone. He might look for another one. He is going to get through for another one. Zangara seals it for Randolph. The Randolph Rams are going back to the North Public Final. It's 10-7 Randolph.
What's better than 200? 201. Zangara just guides it back in again for the Lancers. I know you got to pull your netminder in this situation, but there's no team that is more dangerous to do that against. Maybe KJS because of the way that Cisco can dice through, but I mean Randolph can beat you with about 10 different players that could skate down. 10-7, as predicted.
Unbelievable from Jay Zangara, a 7-point night. Here in the state playoffs, Randolph will advance to face the Ridgewood Maroons, and we're going to see a showdown in that game, ladies and gentlemen, between maybe one of the best all-time scorers in Morris County history in Zangara against maybe one of the state's brightest prospects in A.J. Lasaro. As this one goes to the corner boards. The last 15 seconds will tick away. Livingston, we're up 5-1. But you can never count out the Randolph Rams. Coach McLaughlin's side and Randolph have one more game to play at least. Randolph wins 10-7. In maybe one of the most remarkable games in the history of this state, Randolph will face off against Ridgewood. And you have to feel for those Livingston players who played their absolute hearts out in this game to go up 5-1, to then have it clawed all the way back, to get it back to tied at 7 apiece, and then for Randolph to pull away at the end. A heartbreaking finish for this Livingston group who did some incredible job in their times here, but it is Randolph who moved through.
David, it was 5-1. Randolph outscores them 9-2 after that. 9-2. That's something that you won't see happen over the course of maybe 2 or 3 games between these two teams. Defensive-minded, you're going up against Brody Teitelbaum, you're going up against a tight defense that was on their game for the first half of this contest, and then again, foot just went a little too far off the gas, a few too many mistakes. You can't make one mistake, let alone the ones that we saw from Livingston, but they still played their tails off in this contest and really have a lot to be proud of on the season.
This Livingston group who has been so special. Before we sign off here, we'd like to send our congratulations and a thank you to this Livingston senior class who has done so much. Anthony Pipitone, Mitchell Friedman, Nikita Gorshkov, Igor Tarasuk, Daniel Foreman, Ian Chowdhury, Daniel Litvin, Anthony Cassesi, Ryan Lilia, Dylan Gibbs, and Alex Tepper. Thank you for all you've done for Livingston High School. Thank you for your contributions to this incredible game of hockey that we all love. And we wish Livingston all the best as they go into next season with an incredible junior class that's going to be just as lethal. But for Randolph, they advance to face Ridgewood in the North Final, where they fell in terms of their hurdles last year. Will this be the time to go back to the Prudential Center for the Randolph Rams? Only time will tell. But what a remarkable game and the end to a remarkable season, Mr. Smolin, that we have had so many incredible moments on this air that we've shared with all of you, and we can't do it without all of you. We'd like to thank our sponsors for this game as well, ICS, Mandelbaum Barrett, and Open Road Mazda of Morristown, who have been our supporters all year long. A big thank you to our local sponsors as well, the Randolph Rams Ice Hockey Boosters and Rosania Osteopractic PT for their support of this broadcast tonight. But, Zach, this wraps up on another incredible season and maybe the most memorable one we've ever had.
This is, and I didn't know how anything could top last year, especially with all the ups and downs and the trials and tribulations that the teams and even us were facing. You know who would have loved this season?
Yeah.
Brett Luthner.
Yeah.
And, we continue to do it for him. We're never going to stop growing. David, you and I, we did about 100 games each. so far this season, and most of them together.
Yeah.
It has been a wild ride. And we've always said this, right? It's the best job in the world, and there's nothing like New Jersey high school hockey on Big State Sports. And we are so happy between David and myself and the rest of the New Jersey Hockey Congress that we've been able to bring all these stories into your living rooms and wherever you might be watching. We hope that you continue to watch through the spring. And I'll tell you what, we've got a lot of things that we're working on right now to make next season even better. So hang on with us. We're going to continue to keep this a ride for you, and we'll write stories and have some good social media for the rest of this season.
This season was dedicated as well to a very special young man in Gavin Barua. No one would have enjoyed this game more than Gavin would have. And so to him, we dedicate our last broadcast to him. And on behalf of our entire hockey crew here, all of our broadcasters, all of our incredible producers and camera people who help us every single day to make us sound good, because quite frankly, without them, we'd have no chance. But for our crew tonight, for Craig Scott, our producer, Zach Smolin, on color commentary, I've been David Hassagen. The final score, Randolph 10, Livingston 7. We will see you next year for high school hockey back here on Big State Sports. We hope you join us. Thank you for listening in, and we'll see you down the road. Response hit as well from his defensive partner, that being Brian Sislo. As this gets picked up through the neutral zone, Najar absorbs another hit. As this one moves ahead, the dangerous Shane Melly, the 22 in white and blue. Melly moving in. Oh, what a save! Title bomb right.
Play unit as well, so that really shows you how much confidence they have in him. And guess what? He's back next year.
He's out there with Campbell and Stock, at least to start this game. As this drafts back to Jack Murphy with a shot. Rebound comes out. Oh, what a save! Title bomb again! 3. A phenom this year. 32 goals, 24 assists. He's been brilliant. As this goes to the far side. Now a chance of 2-on-1. Tarasuk takes a shot. Save Mitchell. The rebound comes out in front. And it's in! Alex Tepper follows it. Pass if it hadn't been touched by a Randolph player. No offside or icing here as it goes into the corner.
The Rams starting to look a little disjointed right now. Hold on.
Here's Crisafulli. Oh, that's the way to get it back into joint.
That's it.
Vinny Crisafulli, his ninth. Najar goes to the corner with it. Gibbs eventually forced off by Petanovich. Melly trying to move through. We have not seen Keegan Melly out there. Oh, what a save by Mitchell off the is going to the semifinals in the state. They defeated West Essex Caldwell 5-1. Brayton Cisco with 4 goals in that game. As that one goes home from long range. Igor. And now Randolph will regroup.
Well, why not keep trying it, right? You're not going to get pucks too deep against the Rams. Might as well try to test the young netminder from distance.
Comes out in front. Oh, what a crazy bounce. Rib. The 20 in black sends one in. Blocker to side by Mitchell. And that is certainly the scouting report, Zach. Shoot from range. Another one goes through and goes in off a redirection. David Weinrib. Livingston doing a great job with the clearances, and now they have a 3-on-2. Stepping into the zone, long shot, save Mitchell. The rebound comes out. Oh, it goes through. Somehow squeaked through Mitchell. Title bomb. Good feed from Zangara, but again didn't get through the big netminder in Title bomb. Here comes Gorshkov. Gorshkov dances through, takes a shot, and he scores! Nikita Gorshkov from the close for my liking, as this one is picked up on the far side. A player goes down for Livingston, no penalty. Here get the Rams with a chance, and they take advantage! Livingston is furious on the bench. Randolph tying up with Friedman. Back to the point. Long shot through traffic, redirected. Same mate, the rebound is in! Shane Melly again! Hold on.
They had was that weird one against Ridge where they only lost 4-3. So
here's a win off the draw. Zangara scores! Right off the draw! Jason! Drew George. Randolph was playing this like a power play even though it's 4-on-4. The rebound comes out to the side. Did it go in? No, and the net's off the moorings. Oh, what a chaotic sequence as Randolph nearly
enough lift on that one. Crisafulli, you know he was trying to go higher.
Zangara across. Sislo drops it back. Zangara down low. Oh, what a shot by Melly. Oh, and title bomb. This is again, though, where Livingston is so dangerous, but they're without Gibbs on this penalty kill. Back down low. A chance. Melly, oh, had to lose off his stick. The shot, they score! it works anyway! Vinny Chris Drew George redirects the shot, blockered away by Teitelbaum.
I like George taking that shot. He's more of a distributor, but he can certainly score as well.
Oh, and they score! The comeback complete! Shane Melly with a massive could that be late in this game?
I will say this for Bryson Findling. You know, if I had never seen Randolph, you would have had me fooled that he is a full-time defenseman.
Shoot, and they score! Jacob Campbell!
Even with the man advantage.
We talked about it in the open. Both teams were going to have surges. The question is who was going to play better defensively in their own style. As that one goes in! Out of nothing! It somehow trickled. Is Daniel Furman, scored twice against Westfield in that McInnes Cup final from this very position. Skates in to the far side, tries to stuff it in, and he scores! Daniel Furman on the wrapper. Christofouli's out of the box. 3-on-2, moving in. A shot, save made, rebound. Christofouli moving in, scores! Who gets it away?
And on the other side too, what a play by Tarasuk to keep it away from Zangara. He was licking his chops right there outside of the blue ice.
Drew George into the zone. Another 18 seconds. Drew George across to Zangara. Drew George trying to get through, but couldn't quite hold position. Zangara pinned against the boards. Skates out with it. Shoots for it. There it is! Jay Zangara! The bomb is out of the net. Zangara gets it out of the zone. He might look for another one. He is going to get through for another one. Zangara seals it for Randolph!